All right. Oh, I see what they did here. They played a trick on me. This way. All right, I see what they did there. Oh, I see what they did there. Oh, I see. Oh, I see what they did there. All right. Okay, I guess we go this way with it. On to the next machine. Okay. Let's do the whole thing. We got it. What's going on? How you doing, regulator? AKA the moderator. Welcome to the chat. We're doing it one time for the one time, one the last time. Figure why not stream and work out at the same time. Let's see, Jaguar, pause. What you writing? Hey, Tony, when I first started watching your channel, you were working out of a garage. This new place looks bitch. Oh, no. So check this out. In my neighborhood, this is like the little clubhouse to the pool, and they just got this. So they just got this machine in. So I still do bench pressing and all that in the garage. I still do like squats and all that. What's going on, Brown Garden? I still do all that in the garage. But the difference here is they got like a all-in-one like thing in here. So I might as well use it. But people are more than welcome to join the panel. I encourage joining the panel just so I don't have to walk back and forth and I can hear you talk. Let me knock out this set. And this is way better than the cable machine I made myself on my rack. It's way smoother. Way smoother. And we're going to test this thing out to see what all it can do. But here we go. I'm going to see if I can match this machine on the cool downs. Not sure if I can or can't. Ooh. Ooh, we can max it. That shit is heavy. All right, we're gonna go a little bit lighter. I have no idea what max is on this because it just has numbers. But we maxed it. Yeah, well, not really. Well, for the neighborhood, you got to live here. But yeah. That was actually pretty heavy. See, that's the AJ. Happy New Year to everybody if I haven't said it yet. AJ, hop on the panel. Let's talk about how do y'all in the chat feel about like a god. I made a video, it didn't get a lot of traction. Do y'all like that? Do y'all think that's a good fight for pay-per-view? Or y'all like, I'm not spending $40 on Charles Martin and Luis Ortiz? Let me know. Because I still need to make another video about it because both the dudes on the scale, they look better than they looked. I give them that. It looks like both fighters are taking the fight serious. Like a god. Yo, Charles Martin better win. I swear, if Luis Ortiz knocks, I swear, if Luis Ortiz becomes undisputed, I'm done. I'm done with boxing. I'm I'm done. Let me see. If it's on the undercard, that would be fine. I agree with you. My main contention is this. I have always liked Charles Martin. I've always supported Charles Martin. But he hasn't fought for 2 years. And Luis Ortiz hasn't fought for over a year. That's 3 years of inactivity between the two of them. I cannot agree with this fight. I can't agree with it being for money. But where'd everybody go? Jaguar Pauls was here. Brown Smoke was here. AJ was here. Like, what happened? Yeah, I do too. I'm just mad that old Nacky beat him. Like, you know what he's built like? You know what he's built like? Have you ever watched like a YouTube video of prisoners working out? Have you ever seen them fill like the bags with water? That's what his body's built like a trash bag full of water. That's what old Nacky reminds me of. Whew. This thing actually got me a little bit tired. Okay, it's a legit machine. I wish the legs, the only thing I don't like about this machine is I have to lean a lot. I don't know, hold on, somebody's in the background. That's the only thing I don't like about it is I have to lean so much to do it versus sitting vertically because the leg rest is so far, not that far back, but it's too far back. What's going on, AJ? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, Tony. Getting a good workout in on New Year's Eve, I see.
Trying my best.
All about fitness goals. 2022, that's my game too, sir. Nothing wrong with that.
Hold on. It's hard to hear you.
Hear me okay? Or
I don't know if it's my phone or you. It's just real low. Hey, how does AJ sound to y'all? Is he loud or low? Let me do this set real fast. All right, here we go again. Uno, dos.
How do I sound now? You got me? Yeah, Tony, you got me now? How do I sound now?
Yeah, I couldn't hear you over there. What'd you say?
How do I sound now? You got me? Am I good?
No, I'm honestly thinking about going back to the house and grabbing my little Bluetooth speaker to make the shit louder. And it could be StreamYard on my iPhone. How can I get
you was talking about Martin Ortiz? You buying or not? Yay or nay?
Hey, hold it down. I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna come back in.
All right, for sure. Yo, what's good to everybody in the chitty chat? Like Tony said, feel free to jump on, chop it up. What's good, Regulator? What's good, Jaguar? What's good, Brown? 2021 ended on a strong note, I must say. What y'all think? What y'all think about the year? What's good, Regulator? Good year of boxing. What y'all think about the year? Good year? Looking forward to 2022 in effect. Let's get into it a little bit. What's some fights that y'all want to see next year? Come on, throw them out. Give me a list. What's up? Up and down year, that's for sure. A lot of upsets. Yearly upsets. What's good, Tony?
What's good? It's still low.
Still low?
So I'm gonna
Damn.
just bring you closer.
For sure.
You know what? I don't know how I'm gonna do this closer and still be on camera. Fuck it. We'll just go off camera.
Cool beans.
So, how do you feel about the Martin Ortiz fight?
Well, it's a fight that it's decent, I guess. I got mixed feelings about it. It's hard to gauge where both guys are at because they've been so inactive, you know. And but it shouldn't be on pay-per-view. That's one point of contention. So,
Bro,
I'm not buying it. That's for sure.
No, I'm right there with you. Hold on.
Yeah.
Year of upsets, troublemakers. Hey guys, if y'all are joining me, I'm having technical difficulties. I can't really hear AJ. I think it's my phone and StreamYard not wanting to work right. So I'm gonna see, and I don't think I'm gonna try this. I don't know if you can still hear me.
I can hear you.
All right, I can hear you barely. I'm gonna try to see if I can get on it through Chrome.
Okay.
Normally, it gives me like on the iPhone, it tells you that you can't use Google Chrome.
Got you.
But let's see if I can fucking find it. I never use Google Chrome. Oh, it's right here. All right, let's see here.
Do you use the Safari browser to do it usually? Or
Yeah, it makes me.
Got you.
Let's see.
I mean, yeah, it gives you an option to use Chrome if you want. I haven't used it on Chrome yet either, but yeah, I usually use it.
So right here it says, open this page in Safari to use StreamYard on this device. Tap
Yep.
Safari icon. So I can't use it on Chrome.
Damn. Okay. For real, that sucks, man. It gives me that I could do it if I want. I mean, like, it gives me the option. It gives me, Safari or Chrome. I usually use it on Safari as a default, but I get the option for Chrome.
That's weird. How
That's
can
strange.
you do it and I can't?
Yeah, that's weird. Hold on, let me see if I could do it. I just want to make sure just the shit hasn't changed. I'm just about to pull it up on my iPhone right quick.
Yeah, see if it works.
So yeah, give me the try.
Because if you can figure out how to do it, I'll do it, and then.
Okay. Oh yeah, okay. So see,
Probably
when I click the link, it like when I go to YouTube on my phone and I click the link that you sent out in the chat, it says open with Google Chrome, Safari, or Google LLC. That's what it does automatically.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can click the link.
Yeah, if you do the same thing, see if it works for you.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over to YouTube. It may kick me off, but if it does, Let's see. Let's go to my channel. It may echo real bad.
Got you.
Go here. Let's go here. Nah, it doesn't let me do it.
I won't let you. Damn shit. Probably because you're the moderator, right? You probably gotta, you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You good?
Hello,
Tony. You got me? I can hear you.
No, I can't hear you at all. Hold on, I'll be right back. It just fucked up everything if you can hear me. This is stupid.
Okay.
And it's fucking up my workout. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, it was a good trouble, Lakey. Yeah, the upsets. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is weird. Audio. Technical difficulties, but all good. AO regulator, anybody in the chat who's still here, what's your biggest KO of the year? I got one. It's Bectamir when he got slept by Gabe Rosado. That was a winner for me. That just to stand out. And probably close number 2, I'd say Valdez Burchell, those top 2. For sure. No doubt upset of the year was Teofimio Lopez. Even though there was a lot of upsets, that was probably the biggest one. Nobody saw that coming. Except Tony, of course. Tony called that shit, man. He did. Come on, y'all, give them to me. What's up? What's up? Biggest knockout of the year. What y'all think? Regulator LaRon in the house. What's up, man? Why the KO is the most pleasing? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. After he got the shit beat out of him for like 10 rounds. Damn, that was a beating brutal he took. That was a brutal beating he took, man. It was. Woo! He might never be the same after that, man. He might want to hang up the gloves after that. Did like his entrance though. That was pretty cool. Wilder, yep. That probably ranked that as number 3. Yeah, he got slept pretty bad, but after he took a lot of punishment though. Yeah, which I think Wilder should hang him up and retire or call it quits. What's up? I think there's still a lot of fights out there for him. Who do I think he fights next? Let's see. Running down the list. Well, he does not fight Dillian White, I don't believe. He didn't want to fight him as champ, so why would he want to fight him when he doesn't have a belt? That's too high risk. Plus, now he's in the mix with Tyson Fury, so hopefully that fight goes ahead. Honestly, I see him fighting Chisora. Why not take that fight? That's a winnable fight for him still. Chisora's coming off 3 back-to-back losses. I agree with Eddie Hearn. Yeah, Chisora's 38 now, just turned 38, late 30s. Kind of on the bounce the way out.
You're still low. Trash.
Damn.
Trash.
What kind of iPhone you got, Tony? What kind of iPhone you got?
I'm telling you, I'm about to take a ride back to the house and just grab the damn speaker.
Okay. Got you.
Hold on 1 second.
Got you. Wilder should keep fighting. There's some guys out there, yes, sir. There's a lot of components for him. I say he's probably got 2 to 3 fights before you should hang him up. You got Andy Ruiz. That's a good fight. Chisora, like I just mentioned. Even Joshua. I agree with you.
Okay. Let's see here. We got guests. Nah, not happening. So I got somebody in the background. Not letting them on. Pigeon, I see you back there, Pigeon, but I'm not letting you on the live stream. People have told me that you've been getting them banned by doing inappropriate stuff, putting inappropriate pictures, and I can't afford to have my channel banned. So I'm sorry, Pigeon. I don't have no issues with you, but I can't invite you on. It's been a lot of people who have said that. A lot of people. And it's nothing against you. Like I said, I've never had any issues with you, Pigeon. It's just you're too hot right now. What's going on, Thomas Jones? How you doing? Wilder versus Chisora in the UK will be big. Is that actually happening?
Nah. He just discussing potential fights for Wilder next. That's all.
Who did?
I don't know. I was just saying, like, what I was asking the chat what fights do you want to see Wilder in next? The Chisora was an option, so I wouldn't mind that fight if I'm being honest. That's a winnable fight for Wilder, I think.
Hey, do me a favor.
What's up?
I'm gonna run to the house.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave the phone here.
Okay.
Because I'm literally just right up the street.
Got you.
And after that, I'll be right back. So just
hold it down. Y'all hold it down for you.
Fights, keep them entertained for me, please, sir. And I'll be back in like 5 minutes.
I got you. Salute Thomas Jones in the house. Mark from Unrivaled in the house. What's up? Yay. Yeah, I see Chisora as a very winnable fight for Wilder. Believe it or not, even though he might have some issues, that's a good fight. Yeah, it would be big in the UK, but will Deontay Wilder travel? That's the thing. You don't like traveling. Yep. Happy New Year, Mark. I think it's already New Year's out there where he's at. Ireland. No, Mark, he's having technical difficulties. He's about to go do something. I think he's going to go get his phone. He's having some issues. He could barely hear me. Y'all hear me okay? Is my audio good? Happy New Year to you, Mark. God bless you, man. Good dude. If you haven't subscribed to Unrivaled Boxing Talk, do so immediately. One of the best channels on YouTube, hands down. Period. Mark knows his shit when it comes to boxing. Believe you me. No, Thomas. The discussion is not about future Wilder's fights. I'm just, throwing out topics, just holding it down for y'all. I just posed the question like, should Deontay Wilder retire? What should he do next? And just, it's just the live's just about the last boxing stream of the year. Wrap up stuff like that. So, Alex, my favorite fights, 2021. Oh boy, wow. Where do I begin? Woo, that's a long list. Okay, of course I got to give it to Chocolatito, Estrada 3. That goes down as number one. Let's see, Wilder Fury 3, the heavyweight fight. Number two, of course. That was just an entertaining fight from start to finish. Probably the best heavyweight fight of the year, in my opinion. Number three probably comes in at Alexander Usyk versus Joshua. They up there when he, because that was just a pure demonstration of skill from Usyk. Get Joshua a one-sided schooling. Looking forward to the rematch as well. Let's see what else was there. What else was there? Of course, he had Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos. Very underrated fight. One of my favorites. Let's see. What else? What else was there? What else was there? Oh yeah, one that jumped out at me in particular was Beterbiev versus Brown. That was a good fight. That was a really good fight. Low-key good. Let's see. What else? What else? What else? Oh yeah, Crawford versus Porter was good. I really, really enjoyed that because Crawford became the first man to stop Sean Porter, which hasn't been done before. Oh yeah, regulator. Beterbiev versus Brown came through all right for sure. I mean, I'm surprised that Brown held hung in there as long as he did. So he really surprised me with his resilience. He really did. Yeah. But I'm surprised he got up after the first knockdown. I'd have stayed down, man. For sure. But let's see what else was there. Thinking. Oh yeah. Let's see. Not fights in particular, but one person that did surprise me was Nonito Donaire. Probably just the best comeback. God, I love that guy, man. Just the freaking nature at his age to be doing what he's doing. For sure, man. Let's see. Berta Biev too big and strong for Oh yeah, I agree with you, Troublemaker, for sure. I think honestly, like if Canelo goes to 175, he'll get found out. I don't think he beats everybody up there. I think Bivol will beat him. I think Beterbiev will beat him. Let me see. I see him beating Joe Smith. I say that's probably more of a maybe 55, 45 or 60-40 in Canelo's favor, I'd say. Let's see. What else? What else is there? I'm trying to answer all you guys' questions. I'm just, trying to go through the slew of fights that there were this year. Let's see here. What else? What else was there? Oh, yeah, Canelo Plant was decent. Honestly, it was an okay fight.
Now we can try this. Now
all right, let's
get this shit fixes everything.
Sweet.
All right.
But Thomas, I'm looking forward to hopefully we get some undisputed fights in a lot of weight classes. Like I'd like to see Nonito Donaire on that shit. No way. I'd like to see an undisputed fight with Tyson Fury Usyk. Still would like to see White versus Fury as well. Sorry, Tony, just answering questions for the chat. That's all. Yeah, let's see. What else? Hopefully we can get a light heavyweight undisputed fight. Hopefully Beterbiev versus Joe Smith Jr., Bivol versus Beterbiev in no particular order. I think those will be good fights. Still waiting for the LB down. Oh yeah, me too, sir. Me too. I got Eddie by TKO or knockout if that happens. For sure. Now let's see what else is there. Oh snap, Tony! I can barely hear you now.
What's going on around local? Anyway, I can hear you, but check this out. Even with my speaker turned on max, you're still up.
Oh, come on.
So that tells me that it's StreamYard and my phone not working together, not actually anything else.
Yeah, it's probably what it is. Do you usually do this from a phone or a laptop anyway? You do it from a laptop?
No, I'm doing it from a cell phone.
No, I mean, do you usually do it from a cell phone or do you do it on a laptop mostly?
Say that again?
Do you usually do it on a cell phone or do you do it from any other device?
So StreamYard, it depends. If I'm doing live commentary and I use StreamYard, it'll be on my computer.
Got it.
But if I jump on other people's panels, I normally use my cell phone.
Got
But
you.
like the last two panels I jumped on with my cell phone, it was doing the same thing where people were like super low.
Got you. For sure.
I'm talking over people, but I'm not meaning to because I can't even fucking hear them.
Oh man, technology. It's a bitch.
Which makes for very boring boxing. So, you know what, man? We could do like this. We could walk around like the 90s.
Man, we was youngins back then, man. Those were the days, boy. In the 90s.
Boy, I'm feeling old, man. I done hit the big 3-1 last year or this year.
Shit, bro, I'll be 30. Bro, I'll be 33 in like 2 months. Shit, man. I'm working with a personal trainer too. He's killing my black ass, bro. But consistency is key, man. Consistency is key. You know what I'm saying? Got to keep up with these young bucks talking shit.
Bruh, fuck the young bucks. I gotta try to keep up with my son. Like this boy. So I've always said I was 5'10", but truth be told, I'm 5'11", probably close to 6 feet tall. Because every person who says they're 5'10", they're always like low on me.
Got you.
Like I'm always like their heads are like at the top of my eyebrows. So, like, but my son, to get to the point, he's 5 and this tall.
Whoa, shit! Oh, he gonna be big, bro. He gonna be a big boy.
Real big.
He gonna be tall. That's probably just genetics. I mean, are your parents tall? I mean, parents taller than you, or they comparable height?
Yeah. So my family, I'm the shortest person on both sides of the family.
Got you.
Moms and dads. Nobody's under 6 foot tall on either side of the family.
Wow.
I would have to call my mom. On her side, we've had 2 cousins play in the NFL. One was 6'8", one was 6'6".
Damn.
I remember one played for the Buffalo Bills. I don't remember who the other one played for.
Got you.
But so I've had 2 family members on her side that made it to the NFL off the sheer size. And then, like I said, my dad's side is shorter, but the shortest person on his side is 6 foot even and above. Whereas her side was her dad, and he was 6'1". Both her brothers are like 6'4", my uncles.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm the little guy.
Nice. But I mean, it's been a good year though, man. What you think about the year of boxing, man? It's been a good year, I think. A lot of good fights, man, and upsets. I think it's been a very memorable year.
Say that again.
I mean, what you think about the year overall? I mean, for the sport.
I think it was a great year. We saw the biggest upset ever happen in boxing. Kiko Martinez destroying Kid Galahad.
Oh God, did he ever?
That has got to be one of the greatest upsets ever to happen in boxing.
Yeah. I just love it when that shit happens. I just love it when somebody comes in and upsets the apple cart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I watch the sport, to be honest. I mean, I wish that happened a lot more often because it's as a matter of fact, Dana White did a really good interview with Teddy Atlas, and he was just saying like, you know, overall the sport of boxing has become boring because it's just routine. It's like you know what's going to happen already, like before most fights. Like it plays out like a movie script, you know.
I wish I could hear you so much better. Like I swear to you, speaker is sitting in front of me.
You still having trouble? You still having trouble hearing me?
Yeah, like
damn.
It's so low. I make out like every third word.
I'll be loud too. I'm talking loud too. I think I am.
You probably got the neighbors like, who the fuck is he talking to? I'm gonna try to carry this stream over once I get back.
By the way, Tony, Mark reached out. He's I don't know if he's in the background, but Mark from Unrivaled says Happy New Year. He's asking how you doing.
Oh, I feel. I'm doing good, Mark. How about yourself? Man, I will tell you though, AJ, for me,
what's up?
2022, I'm more focused on doing more live streams myself.
Yeah, man, at least do one a week. Yeah, just focus on that. You know, that'd be cool.
Yeah, because you know this, I normally just jump on other people's panels and don't really go live myself because the thing about it is, like now, I got a speaker that I got to keep in front of my ear so I can hear you. So I get technical difficulties. And you know what? I let other people deal with that. I don't like dealing with all these technical difficulties that come with lives.
No, I hear you. Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, I'm the same. I just jump on panels too from time to time. I was actually contemplating starting my own channel and just doing live streams nonstop. So.
You said, what about your own channel?
I know. I was just jump on panels from time to time like yourself. I mean, but I was actually just contemplating starting my own channel and just doing live streams and chopping it up. You know what I mean? Just shooting the shit with people talking boxing,
Yeah.
stuff like
I
that.
mean, you should do it just to do it, and then let me and other people know, and then we could come support your first live stream.
Oh yeah, no doubt, for sure. And then I just figured we could talk about topics of the boxing week, articles, stuff like that. Give our different takes. You know what I mean? Just keep it fresh and new. That's all. While occasionally referring to some old history, stuff like that.
This is horrible. My dude, I hear you saying stuff about on your channel you could do boxing, and it sound like other stuff and da 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 da. It's solo. Hold on, somebody's in the background. I don't know if this is him or it's going to be Pigeon. Somebody's in the background.
Is it Mark? There's somebody else. Mark, you trying to get in?
Mark. It says Mark, but whenever I press it, it has a different name and a different icon from what's being showed. So I don't know if it's really unrivaled or not.
Hey, Mark, you in the back? Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I'm gonna see. You got 2 seconds to talk.
Mark, Valdemar Holdborg.
Oh, that's Mark. That's Mark. Nice.
All right, yeah, it is Mark. I'm so scared. Let me tell you, like, from what I've been told, Pigeon is out here getting channels like strikes on them for putting like inappropriate pictures. And
yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah, Pigeon tried to join my channel earlier. Now, me and Pigeon have never had any issues, any problems. But, I mean, there's been a lot of people saying that he's getting people shut down.
Yeah.
What's good with you, Mark? How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm just working away. It's very late here.
Are you at work right now? You got work?
Yeah.
Oh wow, there you getting that money, bro. Respect.
But yeah, Happy New Year to you guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, sir. Looking forward to 2022 already. In effect.
Yo, let me get some thoughts, right? So, what do you guys think of the evaluation by the WBC? Because I got called a matchroom casual because I said it doesn't make any sense that they're valuing the fight based off of Tyson Fury's purses in his last 3 fights and Dillian White's last 3 fights. Because Dillian White, one of those last 3 fights was against Marius Vac on a comeback after the Rivas fight on 2-week replacement. The other 2 were behind closed doors inside of the bubble. Tyson Fury, all 3 of his have had life gates attached. Now, the other part of it that doesn't really make any sense is that Tyson Fury, 2 of his last 3 fights have actually lost money. So that's an inflated value. So if you're taking into account inflated value, surely you should be basing the value off of the purse based off of the promoters willing to buy. So Top Rank have said that they would give Dillian White 25% at 5 million, right? 25% at 5 million. This would be 40-80-20 shit, which would mean that they value Fury at 15 million there in that fight. Whereas Dillian said, nah, he wants 10 million because obviously that's what Matchroom are going to do, but that'd be at 35%, so roughly about 1/3, which means Matchroom value the fight at 30 million. So why on earth are they basing it off of inflated purses and debt? Doesn't make sense. What do you think?
Well, I call bullshit on all that. The WBC is corrupt, and this just clearly shows that they are. I mean, they're in collusion with Top Rank, obviously, and Bob Arum. And I see the thing about I'm confused about is how because I've seen a lot of channels like just touch base on this topic, and it's like it says in the rules, but of course the WBC makes up their own rules, but it says in the rules that Dylan White is entitled to 45%. So what's the fucking problem? You know what I mean? And if you want to give him 25, okay, give him give him the in between like 30. I mean, so I'm not the type of the person to argue about his purse splits and what they should get, mind you. But I mean, just give him 35 and just call it even. But I just don't get it. I don't understand. Now they settled on an 80-20 split, so now they're making a purse splits now. You know what I mean? So I mean, there's a bottom line. Don't know why he's made good money throughout his career. He's making money. So
Well, my thing is this: when I looked it up, now granted, Marius walk shouldn't even count because he literally took that fight on 2 weeks' notice.
Yeah.
And just walked into the fight. And that was after that long thing through the UCAD where he didn't know if he was going to fight or, if he'd have to go to the B sample or whatever. And it finally got sorted out by USADA. and he was good. 2 weeks notice, took that fight. But the first Povetkin fight, he made 4 million pounds. The second Povetkin fight, I have no idea what he made because it's not listed. But we know he at least made 4 million pounds in one of his last 3 fights. Now, to me, looking at Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury is really not fair because you have the biggest U.S. heavyweight, whether you like him or not, he's the biggest U.S. heavyweight against one of the biggest UK heavyweights. So you have huge numbers that are going to come in because you have a dancing partner. Both guys are huge names. Now, what I look at is, what did Tyson Fury do before the Deontay Wilder fight? Well, he did 330,000 buys with Tom Schwartz. Whenever he fought Otto Wallin, it wasn't even on pay-per-view. He couldn't even fill up 18% of the arena. So he only sold, like, I think it was somewhere in between 35 to 4,500 tickets. That's it. Now, when I look at Dillian White, that's a guy who doesn't have a title, who's been a pay-per-view star, who sells out in England, and against Rivas, he did like 300,000 buys, and against Povetkin in the first fight, he did 335,000 buys. Now, mind you, we don't even know what his viewership was for the zone because that's not even calculated into the UK buys with the US market. So just based off of the buys in the UK, we were looking at 335. That's more successful than Tyson Fury was with Tom Schwartz before Deontay Wilder in the rematch. So to me, their numbers are very comparable in what they sell without another big name involved. And to me, it's ridiculous as well because this fight's going to be huge in the UK. If they do it in the UK, it sells out like an AJ fight. It's going to be 60 to 80,000 people paying for it. And for him to only get 20% of that, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree because because matter of fact, Tony, I just looked it up and I found 2 sources that said that Dylan White got over 4 million pounds again for the Povetkin rematch.
In the second fight?
In the second fight, the rematch, yeah, he got over 4 million pounds. 4 million pounds. 4 million pounds. Yes, yeah, he got paid the same amount for both fights.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there it is. So that 300,000 that Frank Morris talked about is pulled out of that.
Is that's some bullshit? I don't know where he got that from, and I don't know if Dylan White even said, like, everybody said he signed some document that said he got that much, and if that's the case, I don't know why he did that or where they got that from. So
what's your thoughts on what we said, Mark?
Mark, you there? You there? Tony, what's your thoughts on that? Like, just I just looked it up, and White got over 4 million pounds again for the Povetkin rematch.
I know that I think his combined purses were 8.15 million or something.
Yeah, for both fights. For both fights, right?
Yeah, for both fights, which is pretty good. It's pretty good.
That is, especially for being in the bubble for the first time, especially,
See, the reason they're trying to kill White, they're killing White's value based off of him on a 2-week fight against Marius Vac. That's what they're doing here. Because what? Because he got 300,000 for that fight.
Right, but the thing about it is, what's so ridiculous is what you said. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury in the trilogy, they lost the promoters' money. Like, they went negative.
Yeah, the second fight lost money too.
Well, I thought they made money on the rematch. It was the trilogy they lost money.
No. I think it was the second fight they lost money, and even though
they lost money on both.
Both fights they did. Okay.
Well, there it is. I mean,
yeah.
Hey, you lose money, but you deserve more money against somebody who's never lost money. I don't understand.
No shit. Mark kicked off. He got kicked off. He may come back.
Yeah, I think he said he was at work.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah. Don't know if he's busy, but hopefully he'll come back.
And I've been saying it. Like, I've been saying it for years, and I'll continue to say it till the fight happens, if it ever happens. Tyson Fury does not look that close. Dillian White is the man that does not get the fuck out.
I believe you. I strongly believe you now. I really do. Because it's evidence, like, this is not the first time this has happened. Because because I remember back in 2019, like, Tyson Fury himself proposed the diamond belt, and when the WBC ordered that fight for the diamond belt, he didn't take it.
Well, it goes deeper than that. He's had, now this is his third opportunity. What happened first was Tyson Fury was going to fight him with the silver belt on the line. when the WBC accepted it, then he changed it and said, no, the diamond belt has to be on the line.
Right.
Then when they added the diamond belt, he found a way out of it, and then he went on to fight Deontay Wilder without fighting anybody.
Yep.
And then now, whenever, and mind you, the whole time that Dillian White was Deontay Wilder's mandatory, he was saying, "Oh, Wilder should fight him. That's your mandatory. Fight your mandatory." And now that White's his mandatory, he doesn't want to fight him.
Yeah, right. Now the energy changes all of a sudden.
Like, what type of system is that?
I mean, like, what a fucking hypocrite. I mean, Jesus. I mean, like, seriously, you advocate for the man, you know, getting a title shot and fighting for the title, but then now you have the opportunity to give him one, and you still don't want to do it. It's crazy, man. This is crazy. But anyway, I just hope that if the fight ever happens, I just hope that White chins this dude seriously. No, Thomas, I don't have a channel, but think about starting one though.
Yeah, you should stop, David. Welcome back, Mark.
What's up, Mark?
Thank you.
You know what I just realized? That this machine had another setting where it can go further back. So I don't have to try to lean. My arms are too long. So now I can try to get more for the future.
Nice.
Bro.
Hey, but Mark, what was your favorite fights of the year last year, man?
Favorite fights? Chocolatito Estrada.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Teofimo versus Kambosos.
Mm-hmm.
Kiko Martinez versus Kid Galahad.
Oh, you can't leave that one out, yes, sir.
In a way, look, it's not the best fight, but like,
no, just the upset, the knockout. That's what made
it's
it.
look, dude, it's upset of the year. It has a good possibility for KO of the year. It's definitely comeback of the fucking year. Like, that fight's crazy.
No. Let me tell you, Mark. Kiko deserves fighter of the year because any category you can think of, he got with that fight. Like you said, it's the knockout of the year, comeback of the year,
upset of the year,
upset of the year. Like anything you can think of.
Did that fight win any of those awards by the ring, or no? Did that get was that fight even recognized at all for anything by the ring, or did they leave that out?
What do you mean? Say that again.
I'm asking, Mark too. Was the Martinez win over Kid? Was the Martinez win over Kid Galahad? Was that recognized for anything of those categories, or no? It wasn't, was it?
By who?
By like any publications or none of that? Did it get any recognitions?
I've no idea. I don't really pay attention to like stuff like Ring or ESPN anymore because that's a whole lot of bullshit.
Yeah. Just not the popularity shit is all. I think they chose Lopez Kambosos as upset of the year, which was no surprise.
I see a lot of people doing that, but to me, that's just like, I think that's just a casual answer.
Yeah.
Like, there's a difference between maybe, okay, so it's like, yeah, you don't know how good a dude could be, but when you have a dude who we all know how good Kiko used to be, right?
Mm.
Everybody thought that man was washed 5 years ago. This is a gatekeeper. He knocks out Kid Galahad. Are you crazy?
Shit. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't. Honestly, I skipped the fight because I thought that, because I saw the first like round or two, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, Galahad's gonna beat this guy, no big. And I come back and it's like the Galahad's out cold on the canvas. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
It's one of the biggest upsets in boxing.
Galahad was dominating.
Yes, from round 1 to 5, man, until he got fucking clipped. That's just nuts.
Like, he got poleaxed as well. He got poleaxed.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, you got to think that, like, what's his corner in the right for letting him come out? Because now.
Hell no. No.
I'm saying retrospect, absolutely not. Because we know what happened in the 6th. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm like, damn, what the hell were they thinking sending him out again?
Yeah, he was finished. You knew he was finished.
Yeah.
He should have never left that corner. Yeah. Because the way he got knocked out the second time, or knocked down, well, when he got knocked out, that's the type of knockout that you may not come back from.
Yes. Yeah. And that was worse than the first time he got dropped in the 5th.
Yeah, by far. Let me see. Check the chat real fast because I haven't been checking it all. Working out. We got can't do another Wilder. Are they talking about a fourth Wilder versus Fury?
No. That was let me see. Oh no, that was just a joke. That was a joke. Some dude with me was joking. Fury Wilder 4 next, but anything
Yeah.
like that.
I didn't like the Parker versus Chisora too because I felt like Chisora should have never had to fight him again because I thought it was clear as day that Chisora beat him the first time, and I had a feeling that Parker would win because the type of performance that Chisora had against him at his age, those are limited type performances. I'm just going through the chat real fast. The rumors are White sparked Fury out during sparring allegedly. Yeah, James, not just once, but multiple times, and he also allegedly had Tyson Fury crying after he knocked him out one time. And this is shit that Tyson Fury's never refuted. So
Yep, he
I would
hasn't.
say
He hasn't.
allegedly it's probably true.
If he hasn't refuted, I say I believe this shit if he hasn't refuted it yet. Because if it's not true, why just say so? He could just say, no, it's not true. But he hasn't said nothing. He hasn't denied it at all, from what I know.
Yeah, I saw an interview where they asked him about it, and he kind of like just ignored the question all out. Let me keep going through these comments real fast. Wilder versus Fury would be a disgrace. WBC are more corrupt than 50s Mafia. I agree with people fights of the year. One of my favorite was the Glanton. I don't know if I saw that fight.
Oh yeah,
Glanton versus Apochi. That's a cruiserweight fight. It was on PBC.
I never
That was
saw
over on PBC.
Yeah, I never saw the whole thing either. I just caught the highlights of that.
Yeah, it was a slugfest, man. It was an absolute slugfest. I'll tell you what, it was very similar to, Tony. It was very similar to Smoking Bear Cooper, Ray Mercer. Very similar style fight.
Yes.
When did it air?
This would have been like maybe during the summer, I think. It's been a while. I only seen it once.
Apochi lost that fight, right?
Yeah, he did. It was an upset.
Yeah. Right, got you. Okay, yeah.
Glanton was like a plus 600 underdog, I think. Plus 600.
I'm gonna ask you about this, Mark. Let me get through these comments real fast, and then I'll come back. Kelbrook, White said Fury to Narnia, Brooke versus Khan. Okay, so we're moving on to Brooke versus Khan. That's cool. Mark, you being the UK representative from Ireland, how do you see that fight going? Hey, what is it at 147?
It's 149 pounds catch weight.
Okay, first question to both of y'all. Do y'all even think Kell Brook can make 149 and not be half dead?
No. Yeah, no, he can't. If he comes in, he's going to be weak, and he's probably just going to be there for the taking. To be honest, I'm honestly, as the fight gets further and further along, I don't like Brook's chances. To be honest, I mean, like I was giving it honestly before. I really didn't even know who was going to win. I mean, but now like as we get further into it, because now that Crawford is Khan is training with Bomac, Crawford's training for this fight, so that may give him an extra edge. Who knows? So
yeah, for me, the more and more I think about it, the more and more I go, Amir Khan's gonna knock Kell Brook the fuck out. Like if this was 5 years ago, I would have put like mad money on Kell. But now it's like Kell is really shot. Amir's always had a bad chin, so he's used to fighting with poor punch resistance. Kell, he's a fighter who didn't have a bad chin, now he does. Like he has no punch resistance. The man's gone down below anything below 154 pounds won't suit him. He's just gonna get shattered. Amir will unload on him and treat him like Phil LaGreco. Knock him out in 2 rounds probably.
shit, I'm a Mark. Yeah, I see Khan knocking Brook out. I do. I mean, just and if Khan still has his hand speed, Brook's gonna have some issues.
So this match I call glass jaw versus glass face. I just, if Kell Brook is not weight drained, I do not believe there's any way Khan could beat him at any point in step in Kell Brook's career. I don't think now that Khan could beat him. The problem that I'm having is I saw this dude looking like he stepped off the set of The Walking Dead for the Terrence Crawford fight, and that was 147. Now, at 2 pounds heavier, I don't think he's going to look much different. Like his face was so emaciated on the scale that I don't see how he can beat him here. I don't see how he can beat him because when you're weight trained, that's it. You've lost. Like there's no fight to be. You cannot win a fight weight trained. I don't care how bad the opponent is. You're done. So if Brook doesn't stop him within the first 2 rounds, I think he just gets picked.
Yeah.
And I don't like the fight. I think it's a dumb fight. I think Kell Brooks better off going to clubs, trying to have a fight there, grabbing a man that doesn't want him, getting stabbed in the leg if he does.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, what is there, like, let's just say, like, what does the winner do after this fight? Really be cannon fodder for Conor Ben or what? You know what I mean?
No, it's a going away present for both of them.
Yeah, so, okay. Because, he's, I don't know, I mean, because there was rumblings that the winner of the fight was going to fight Conor, but I don't really see that happening, if I'm being honest. So. Damn, Tony, you're really choppy.
What's that?
Okay, not can hear you. Okay, you were choppy for a second.
No, I was just saying, neither guy has anywhere to go. Whoever wins, it's both. They're both done. I mean, it's just,
You're still really choppy, Tony. Really, really choppy.
well, motherfucking karate chops from a damn judo person. God damn it.
Well, I heard the motherfucking karate chops. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, let me do this set. I'll be right back.
For sure.
Bro, it's kind of really sad. That's a fight that was a 2015 special. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Now it's 2021.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's 2022 now. Fuck. For me, anyway.
7 years too late. Shit, man. Damn. But people still want to see it, man. He sold out in like 20 minutes or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they sold out fast. Like the local. You see, one thing is, yeah, you can have a local draw, but will it be a national draw?
Got it. Yeah,
That's what I
true.
want.
That's true. Yeah. Because it's going to be on Sky Sports box office, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think I could buy that. I mean, it's probably going to be on Fight TV for me, hopefully. And but honestly, I don't even know if I'm going to pay to see it. Who knows? But Mark, you planning on watching it or?
It's Car Crash TV. Of course, I'm going to watch it. It's Car Crash TV.
On a side note, James Jamerson, did you know David Carradine stole that role from Bruce Lee?
Yeah, I did. I knew that.
That's crazy.
In Kung Fu, yes, sir. Yep. I mean, I found that out when I saw what happened. Because he had that movie what was Dragging the Bruce Lee Story, and they touched on it in that book, or it was based off a book that his wife wrote. And that was actually a good movie, actually. I really enjoyed that film. I mean, but they touched on it in that movie, Dragging the Bruce Lee Story, that, David Carradine took that role that Bruce Lee, wrote for himself in that show. And I'm like, I looked it up. I'm like, damn, shit.
Oh, shit. Got glass face in the building.
Oh, boy.
He can't take the chocolate brownies. I'm gonna knock corn flat on his back. I'm gonna knock.
Listen, Bobby, yeah? That's not how you do my acting, yeah? You need to get with the program.
It is. This is.
Listen, no, it's not. Listen, I was talking to Eddie. Eddie was getting everything ready for me.
He's getting the chocolate brownie.
Terrence is ready. I'm ready.
Chocolate brownies in the building. That's right, man. It's crazy, man. And yeah, Bruce Lee. It was actually Bruce Lee's idea. Mm-hmm. Not only did he steal the part, they stole the whole idea.
Mm-hmm. But tell me Hollywood doesn't do that shit nowadays. Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, that was Bruce's idea, man.
But did you see that movie, Dragging the Bruce Lee Story?
I might have.
I mean, it was they cast a guy named Jason Scott Lee to play him, and that was actually pretty good. I mean, it was a really enjoyable film. I mean, not quite on the mark, but it was enjoyable nonetheless, watchable. So,
what movie was pretty good?
Dragging the Bruce Lee Story. It came out in '93. They cast a guy named Jason Scott Lee to play him. I mean, no relation to Lee, of course, even though he has the same name, but it was pretty good. It was based on like a novel that his wife wrote.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen a few movies about Bruce Lee. Is that the one where he was like fighting a ghost or himself in a graveyard at one point in time, something like that.
Yeah. That's the one.
Yeah. I saw that years and years ago when I was.
Yep.
You know what though, AJ?
Yeah.
I make people very upset when it comes to Bruce Lee because I say one thing that no Bruce Lee fan can accept.
What's that?
He wasn't a real fighter.
You know what? It's funny because, like,
Come on, man.
There's this channel. I mean, he may not have. I mean, well, there's actually footage of him on YouTube that he competed in like a. I don't know. It wasn't a pro bout, but it was like a demonstration sparring match. And and it's like the only legit footage of him like actually really fighting somebody. And based on what I saw, man, he was good. I mean, even though it wasn't a real fight per se, but you know, he looked good. He looked really, really good. I will say that.
Yeah, they had to slow the footage down to
yes
exhibit some of his moves because you didn't even see the punches.
Yes, he was so fast.
Yeah.
You know, according to some of the rumors.
Yeah, you know, with Bruce Lee, it's just kung fu mysticism. It's all smoke and mirrors. He fought this dude in the street, fought here and there, did this. Lightning bolts used to come out of his ass instead of farts. But here's the deal. The problem that I have with a lot of Bruce Lee fans is they make audacious claims like, oh, Bruce Lee could have beat up Mike Tyson. He could beat up Anthony Joshua. He could beat up this guy, that guy. And I'm like, at the end of the day, Bruce Lee was 137 pounds. And he never fought anybody. Like, to me, it is super disrespectful to say that he could beat guys who all they do is train their whole life and actually fight. It's one thing to look good on a bag. It's one thing to look good on TV. It's a whole different thing to actually look good in a fight.
While somebody's throwing something at you.
Yeah.
And
I mean, matter of fact, y'all heard of Michael Jai White? Y'all know who that is?
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jai White. You know, he was on Vlad TV. He made the claim that he would beat Bruce Lee in a real fight. Oh, he got crucified.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he retracted it because of all the haters.
Yeah.
Man, I said, man.
I think
he was like, I'm 6 foot tall, 200 and something pounds. There's no way Bruce Lee could beat me.
Yeah.
Right, but
Michael Jai can fight, boy. He can fight, boy. That boy got hands.
But the thing about it is, it's the nostalgic and like the culturalism of it that people want to hold on to. Kind of like them Kung Fu and Wing Chun guys that was in there with real MMA fighters. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? What happened to them when they actually got in there with somebody. But it was just people trying to hold on to that nostalgia. You know what I mean? That's all it boiled down to. That's why they were upset. That's why
Jet Li would beat the fuck out of Bruce Lee.
I say Donnie Yen would.
I don't know what would have happened because the shit didn't happen. But I mean, I do know one thing for sure: as fast as the dude's kick is, whether he's 135 pounds or not, he probably got about 40-pound leg. And if that's whipping at you at like 82 miles an hour and it hits the side of your head, it'll knock you out if you're 300 pounds or not. So I mean, if you don't see it coming, you could be a fighter. It don't matter.
I mean, see, like I'll tell y'all like who I think who would actually do well in real fighting, Donnie Yen, and a lot of people have commented on that as well, like who he's worked with. Because there was a story actually in the 90s where he's on his Wikipedia page. It made the news. In like the late 90s, he was at a nightclub with his girlfriend, right, Donnie Yen. And some people in the club, like this gang, were harassing her, and he wanted them to leave her alone. So they left. And like, I think it was like 5 of them, and they tried to pick a fight with Yen. He beat up all these guys and put them in the hospital. Yeah. According to that report. So based on that, I'm like, oh shit, this dude could probably really fight then, or he'd do well in actual combat.
Yeah. Some people just don't want to get into it, though.
A lot of y'all said because it sounds very low, but let me say this while we're talking about it. People hate on Jean-Claude Van Damme. They call this dude a fraud or fake his whole fucking career. You know what the difference in Jean-Claude Van Damme and Bruce Lee is? Jean-Claude Van Damme actually had legit fights where he went 17
he was a competitor.
He knocked everybody out he fought, whereas Bruce Lee fought nobody, and everybody thinks he's a fucking fighting god.
Well,
but here's the thing, though, Tony. Jean-Claude Van Damme doesn't have a black and white video of him playing ping pong with nunchucks.
That shit was wild, bro. I thought that shit was fake when I first saw it. I'm like, how the fuck is he doing this with nunchucks,
you know what
man?
Bruce Lee doesn't have though?
It is fake.
Okay, so that shit ain't real. It's not real.
No, of course it's not real.
Okay. All right, for
That
sure.
shit was
I'm
real,
like,
man.
see, he's saying it's real.
No, I said I didn't say it was real. I said if that shit was real,
Oh, that shit. Okay, got it.
that would be some.
That'd be wild, bro.
Yeah, that'd be some shit. Like, yeah, you may never been in a fight before, but I would hate to fight you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because that could be a fucking. If you got that type of balance and that type of, you know what I mean, where you could slow shit down to do shit like that, like all the time, then you's a bad motherfucker, man. So that's just my take on it. But I really feel like like Van Damme was good, but then you have what's his name, the 300-pound fat dude with the do-rag now. He be rocking a do-rag. He said he trained dude to do the kick in the UFC. What's his name?
Steven Seagal?
Seagal, yeah. Now that's another dude who ain't really been in a lot of fights either.
Matter of fact, oh wait, hold on.
Isn't he like a black belt in Aikido?
It's some shit. Yeah. Oh wait. Let me address something in the comment section. He said James Jameson said Gene LaBelle, the karate legend, put Steven Seagal to sleep in a choke and until he shat himself. That's actually not. That's actually not true. That's actually not true. I read it. I saw an interview of a guy who was a stuntman. He was on the set of that film and he gave it a detailed account. That didn't happen. That's actually not true.
So
now, even if it was true, AJ, the thing that's so stupid about people running with that is, they said that Seagal let him put him in a chokehold because he said to get out of it. Now, let me tell you something. There's a lot of people on YouTube that in a real fist fight, I think I could beat the living shit out of them without a problem. But at the same time, if I let those same motherfuckers put me in a headlock and start choking on me, I may get tapped out very quickly. Yeah. In a real fight, you're not gonna let somebody put you in a fucking headlock.
No,
right?
No,
you're not
exactly. Yeah. I mean, like just to simplify the way it broke down, how the guy described it. He said that how Gene LaBelle and Steven Seagal were discussing martial arts, and Steven Seagal claimed that he could put Bell in a chokehold and he couldn't break it. Then he's like, okay. I know Gene LaBelle said that he could put Steven Seagal in a chokehold, and Seagal said he could break it. Then like, okay, let's give it a try. So out of nowhere, Bell grabbed the guy. I think Gene LaBelle grabbed Seagal. Seagal hit him in the nuts. Then out of nowhere, Gene LaBelle swept this dude and threw him on the ground. And that was everything that happened. That was it. It was like 5 seconds or 10 seconds according to the guy who saw it.
You said Seagal hit him in the nuts?
Okay, according to the guy who was there, who witnessed it, he's some stuntman. He gave an interview saying like how the shit in the story was true. He said like Gene LaBelle and Seagal, they were discussing martial arts, and Gene LaBelle said he could get put Steven Seagal to sleep in a choke, and Seagal offered him to try it. Then like as soon as he said just when he was about to grab him and like the hold wasn't fully flush, the choke wasn't like fully like flush. Steven Seagal kneed the guy, hit the guy in the balls, and immediately Gene LaBelle swept Seagal and threw him to the ground, and that was it.
You said Seagal got thrown to the ground?
Yeah. Bell threw Seagal to the ground when Seagal hit him in the nuts, and that was that. That was the end of the fight. That was it.
I tell you what, though, if Bell got on top of him, it would have been over.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Let me tell you something. I want y'all to look at my camera right now. Nobody can beat Steven Seagal. This motherfucker fights like this. Let me show y'all. You step over me, I step over you.
I mean, it's funny. Tony, you know what's funny about Steven Seagal? What cracks me up about him for the most part is it's like this guy will not lose a fight in his movies. Like he's indestructible. You know what I mean? He just beats everybody like just with such ease. It's like, are you kidding me? You know what I mean? He barely gets hit. I mean, because the only exception is Michael Jai White and exit wounds. Like he got the best of him in that fight scene. I mean, but other than that, like this dude just destroys everybody he fights with no effort.
Yeah, but he's a big ass dude in real life.
He is, man. He's humongous. Which is crazy because like in the 80s, he was skinny as like a toothpick, and like the late 80s. Damn, man, it's crazy, man.
I tell you what's funny is that comedian, that Deuce Bigelow, was telling a story about the dude.
Yeah,
he said
Rob Schneider. Rob Schneider, I know that. I saw that interview. Yep, I saw that.
That shit was funny as fuck. He was like, dude came out. He said he had him sitting in his trailer, his double wide trailer, for like a half hour, and then he said then he emerged from the back and was like, I just read the best script that I've ever read in my entire life. He was like, yeah, who wrote it? He was like, I did.
Oh, that was so funny. Look, Mark. Yep, Mark got him right there in the back screen with that Putin.
Yeah, the Steven Seagal.
Big ass. That hair is fake, bro. He wearing a hairpiece, bro. I swear he's wearing a hairpiece now. Look at that. That shit don't look. That shit don't look fake to y'all.
Oh, that shit fake as fuck. You got that shit painted on, man.
Yeah, that's why that's died.
They said when the dude fell in the water during one take and shit, all that shit came off, and he had to get back in his trailer and put that shit back on.
Do you know who I think would knock Steven Seagal out? And this is random as fuck. Penn Jillette.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
I think Penn Jillette would knock Steven Seagal's head off his shoulders.
I like his odds. I like his odds.
Yeah, bro, from Penn and Teller.
I like his odds.
I don't care for the dude at all, man. I don't really like Seagal. That dude is like even when Silva won the fight, he was like, I trained him to use that kick. he was like, I taught him that kick. He was like, he said it's some sort of variation that he made up himself, and I was like, oh my God.
Dude. You know, it's kind of funny, like, 'cause I've actually watched a few of his movies a few of his recent direct-to-video films. This is going to sound very, very strange, even though they're absolutely terrible. They're still watchable, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that sounds strange, but like, it's the truth.
Leguizamo, the other comedian, did I guess that he said dude beat him up and shit?
Yeah, he said Steven Seagal assaulted him like on set. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. He was saying like how'd the story go? He was saying like, because it was in that movie Executive Decision. That's what they were saying. He said like Steven Seagal, I guess he arrived at rehearsals or something like that. He just goes, "I'm in command. My word is law. You all have to do what I say." and Leguizamo was like. And he just started laughing. Then like Steven Seagal just came up to him and just like did a judo move and like pushed him into the wall. Then like Leguizamo was like, why?
He knocked the wind out of him.
Yeah. So he pretty much he pretty much assaulted me on set. That's what happened. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Here's something to add too that people probably don't know. Most people don't know. On one of the James Bond movies, Seagal, he broke Sean Connery's arm.
Yeah, he did. That's right. Yeah, he was the fight instructor for that film, or the martial arts coordinator it was. Yep, I heard about that. I think that's actually how he got into Hollywood in the first place, because like he ran a dojo and he trained the guy who was a agent, and then I guess the guy said he could act, and so I guess then that's how that happened. It turned him into a movie star based off that.
Yeah, he out there breaking 60-year-olds' arms and shit. Yeah,
motherfucker.
What a fucking guy.
Yeah, I know. What a hero, right?
Come here.
I'm surprised he didn't sue his ass over that shit. I'd have taken his ass to fucking court, motherfucker. Breaking my arm.
You broke my fucking arm. Fuck is wrong with you? Fuck, man. This dude's a dick, man. All the way around.
He really is. I wonder if he still makes movies. I don't think so. I hope not. I mean, because matter of fact, it's like there was this one he did actually this one movie called, what the fuck was it called? Anyway, but it was called but Mike Tyson was in it too, and they had some fight scene in the bar. It was like really strange. I mean, like, and that's also another time Steven Seagal lost the fight. Mike Tyson whooped his ass and knocked him out, which I was surprised about. It's like, oh shit, damn, I guess you couldn't lose the Iron Mike. You gonna lose the mic, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, because he knew it all changed, because Mike's demeanor is different.
Yeah. Yeah, now it is now.
But still, he's like, it's different though. Like, he can turn it on.
Oh no, yeah. But he's more tame. He's more tame and reserved now.
He still be scaring the shit out of motherfuckers.
I know he do if you piss him off. If you piss him off, man, it's like
that's one of the most frightening things in the world, though. Like when Mike gets emotional. Yeah. When Mike gets emotional, it's actually scary.
Yeah. I don't want to be around him when that happens.
Quiet. When he gets quiet, that's when you don't fuck. He's like, I'm like, oh fuck. This dude's about to snap, man.
If you were in the room and you heard that come out of his mouth, you'd be gone, dude.
Bro, he'd be scared. He'd be scaring the shit out of me, and I'm watching him on his podcast. You know what I mean? It's like, oh damn, I got to turn this shit off. I don't like this shit.
You Sugar Ray.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
I mean, bro, it's like when he was when Sugar Ray was on his show, he just starts breaking down, crying, talking about like, I love you, nigga. Like I'm like, I'm like, what, bro? Chill out, dude. It's not that deep.
Did you
Like,
see?
damn.
Did you see Ray's face? Ray was just like,
Dude, bro, he was so uncomfortable, man. When he was like, he just didn't know what to do. I'd be like, should I?
did you see
leave,
Ray's
or
face though, bro?
should I go?
Ray's face.
Bro, yo, he could feel the back door. Like he knew where the exit was.
He's thinking like,
Ray was checking every emergency exit in that building. That one moment.
When he said that, it's like, what shit? I need to get the fuck up out of here, man. I gotta go. But entertaining podcast, though, I might add.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
Man.
I love it. It is a good podcast.
He just one of the realest podcasts that I've seen. Even though he goes a little crazy and stuff, but I mean, he asks some hard hitting questions. Like when he be asking them fighters, when you gonna fight a real fighter, though? It's
like they can't do shit because you gonna snap at Mike Tyson, bro.
Yeah, what you gonna do? What you gonna do, man? You ain't got nothing on you in there. You can't, when you get through them doors, you just got your hands in.
As a matter of fact, like one of the most hilarious displays is that he was at the Charlie Sheen roast, and one dude he was snapping on got up, and Mike went, "Fuck you gonna do, Jeff?" And he sat back down. "Fuck you gonna do, Jeff?"
Yeah, that's a bad dude, man.
Like imagine trying to be like, "Hey, yo, Mike, don't say that shit."
Oh yeah, exactly. He probably gonna give you a look like, "I'll break your." Sorry, I wasn't talking to you, Mike. I was talking to somebody else.
Yeah, man. If you ain't cuss, you can't get away with that shit. Well, you can't get away with talking to that, man.
Eddie Murphy was a kung fu master. I've seen The Golden Child. I actually don't like that movie very much, if I'm being honest.
You know what I think could really fight though? Wesley Snipes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was. Oh yeah. No, I give him a pass for the Blade movies, man. Just for those alone. I'm sorry, I got you, man. He gets an honorary badge for those movies. I love the hell out of it.
I don't like how the MCU pulled him out of that role.
Yeah.
They got Cody that played Cottonmouth from Luke Cage.
Mahershala Ali. Yeah, that's who they got.
Yeah. I don't like that at all. I don't.
It's like but Wesley's old, man. Even though I would have liked to have come back to it, he's too old, man. We need some new blood.
Yeah, but AJ, it was explained in the Blade movies that he ages just like we do.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he ages like a human.
Then he could get involved with the MCU when that Morbius shit comes out.
Okay. Wow, Tony, you just simplified for me.
Because that
right.
Morbius shit, right? Ain't that Morbius shit coming out? I seen the advertisements and the Spider-Man shit.
Yeah, Morbius.
Yeah, but the problem is this. Sony owns certain characters while Marvel owns Blade. So unless Marvel was to allow Wesley to do Blade, he can't do it.
I mean, and the MCU bought the rights. They bought the rights to Blade like a while back.
Well, yeah, because Disney owned like a lot of the Marvel characters, and Fox had some of them whenever Marvel was going under.
Yeah, I think Marvel purchased the rights, then Disney scooped up Marvel. So yeah, then there you go. So that's how that happened.
Damn, then they ain't no different than the promotional companies. Don't nobody want to work together. But they did for the last movie though.
They did for Spider-Man. Yeah. Spider-Man Columbia.
Yeah, they brought in Venom at the end.
Yeah, but they also had.
Y'all see the new Spider-Man yet? Y'all saw it?
Yeah. They had Toby and Andrew as well.
Yeah. The Venom was they tied it all together, man. So I think Morbius might be connected to it too as well. I'm not too sure because we got because Michael Keaton is in it. He's reprising his role from the first Spider-Man movie in that film. So I don't know how that's going to play out exactly, but.
Well, what's so crazy about it is in one, was it Blade 2? I think at the end of Blade 2, Morbius was in there. Like there's a
no. That was
down on Blade from like a.
Oh no, Tony, that was the first movie. That was like a deleted scene. That was in the first film.
Okay, so the first one, it was supposed to be Morbius there looking down on Blade at the end of the movie.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But my thing is this. This is my thing. But my thing is this. Blade was the first successful Marvel movie, period. All the other movies they tried to do flopped. They all flopped. Wesley Snipes is the reason why there's even an MCU. If not for him,
Right.
Spider-Man
Yes,
would have
yeah.
never came out. If Spider-Man with
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire never came out, they would have never made their money.
Yep, yep. I mean, like all the Marvel movies could be attributed to that success. Blade was the catalyst. Exactly.
He was.
They knew at that point that there were still fans out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he put it out there because he was a hot commodity at that point in time.
He was. Yeah, Wesley Snipes was big in the '90s. He was.
Yeah, he was big. But he was another dude
And
that kind
Wesley's
of got
funny too.
downplayed. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was a bigger star than what they actually put on because he had iconic movies all over constantly. And
Yeah,
I was just like, yeah. Then I watched one movie that he did, and I was like, oh, this shit is awful. It was just like one. I forgot what it was called. It was like he was some sort of spy or something. And I was like,
oh, wait. I think I know what you talking. Was it The Art of War? Was it that?
yeah.
Yeah,
I wasn't too it.
I didn't like that.
Nah,
Yeah, I didn't like that
I
movie
didn't care
really
for-
as well.
I didn't care.
I
for
didn't
it.
care. Yeah, I didn't like that movie that much either. I mean, because like they had one scene where like they're literally dodging bullets. Like he was shooting a guy at close range and literally dodging bullets at close range. Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like they can't do all that. And like that doesn't work.
Yeah,
I mean,
but when I seen it, I
yeah.
watched it because I was like, "Oh, okay, it's Wesley Snipes movie," and I was like, "Oh man, the director ran this shit."
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because like I mean, also one movie that Wesley Snipes did that goes under the radar was Undisputed. That's one of my favorite movies that he did with Ving Rhames. That's a very underrated boxing movie. Love that one. Love that movie.
Yeah, with Ving Rhames. Yeah,
I mean, y'all know why. Y'all know what the basis for that movie was. It was based over the idea, like the director of that movie, because he's a huge boxing fan. The guy who directed it, Walter Hill, he said the basis idea for that movie was if Mike Tyson went to jail. That's what they kind of built the movie around.
Well, Mike Tyson did go to jail though.
He did.
No. I just mean like what life would be like for him on the inside. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I know I had seen a documentary some years ago on HBO.
The way Mike Tyson,
they had lifers, man, that were boxing, and I was like, these dudes could be professional fighters. I was like, and they were going at it blow for blow. They were both lifers, and I was just like, holy shit! Like it was different. It was something different. And I don't think they had headgear on. They just had gloves on, and they were just, I mean, blow for blow, and all them, they were all knockout blows, and neither one of them was going anywhere. And I was like, holy shit! I forgot what it was on HBO. It was like one of those.
Was it a documentary or something? Or
yeah, it was a documentary on something about prison life or something, and I had caught it at night. It was like 3 a.m, and they had these two dudes, and they were just scrapping. And they were literally right next to each other in their cells, but then they get in there and they just go blow for blow. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's just crazy. But I mean, the footage of them fighting was just like insane, man. I think they were both on death row. I mean, they ain't had nothing to lose. It's crazy though, but I'm just saying, like, these dudes could have easily been professional fighters.
The way when I listen to Mike Tyson talk about prison, the little bit that he says about it, I don't think he was running anything like a lot of people think. Because you got to understand, like, you come in there like that, that's a straight up target on your back for every motherfucker serving life. Every motherfucker who wants something to prove, who it doesn't matter what they do to you, they're not going anywhere because they're already there for life. So if I break this shank off in your kidneys, what does it matter? I'm already here for life. And
perfect example of that though, Tony, is Bernard Hopkins. He said he had to act crazy when he was in there, and he would do this shit where he would just like shake his head all the time. He said I had to do that to keep motherfuckers off of me, like I was nuts. You know, he was like, because there were some fucking killers in there, and so and you'll hear about people who do time and then they get out and shit, and I know firsthand stories where motherfuckers that you think are like hardcore motherfuckers ain't so hardcore when they up in there, man. It's different because, like you said, these motherfuckers ain't got nothing to lose, and they like, yeah, okay, you got a target on your back. You know what I mean? And sometimes they'll look out for you. And if it ain't the right, I mean, if it ain't the top dog looking out for you, you might be in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, I mean, the thing about it is people glamorize, and it's kind of like war stories, like people in the
yeah,
military. They make it more than what it actually is. You know, not every person who goes to prison ends up in fights. Not every
right.
person who goes to prison experiences bad things. You know what I mean? Some people just breeze through the shit.
Yeah, I
But
mean, see, shit like that really
normally,
annoys me. Yeah, yeah,
what I'm saying, AJ, is normally people like that are people who keep to themselves, that are quiet, that keep a low
Right.
profile. If you
yeah.
come in
Right.
there running your mouth, everybody
Yeah.
gonna lock eyes onto you. If you
Of
come in
course.
there as a celebrity or a boxer, the problem is, even though you keep to yourself, the eyes are already locked on you because of who the fuck you are. That's why, like
Yeah.
nowadays, when a lot of these guys go to jail, they get put in their own they get segregated. They're not in general population. A
Yeah.
lot of the
They're
stars,
PC.
athletes,
Yeah.
yeah, like they don't put them around people because they know what's gonna happen. But back
Well,
when
Floyd,
Tyson went to jail, that
when
was
Floyd got locked
GP
up,
all day.
yeah, when Floyd got locked up, he was in a mini condominium. So,
Yeah, I know,
You
and
know who
complaining.
you know who
no, he
did
didn't. He
run
still
the
complains
prison
about
when
that
they were.
shit.
Yo, you know who did run the prison when they got in prison though? A popular person.
Who?
Who's that lady that used to make the arts and crafts and shit?
Oh, Martha Stewart. That's
Yeah,
a
she
motherfucking
ran
real
that
G.
shit.
That's a real G right there.
She ran that shit. She
Oh
Let
owned
me
damn.
that
tell you
fucking
something.
shit. B.
Let me tell you something. Who is going to fuck with her? This bitch can make a landmine out of toothpicks. Like you're not gonna mess with Martha.
Yo, Martha
Oh
Stewart
shit.
ran that shit. She was like, "I could make you. I'll show you how to make a grilled cheese." Oh, you need to decorate this shit, or you could do this for the sentence here.
Real quick, yo, she was at damn, she was at the Justin Bieber roast, right? And she was talking about how like she was in jail and she had to shank a bitch, right? And while she said and Shaq was there, he said, "By the way, Shaq, I'm sorry. I hope your mom still doesn't hold the grudge."
Yeah, she's funny,
Oh,
man.
speaking of Martha, yo, breaking news that I wanted to make a video about, but I didn't. Betty White died today.
Oh yeah, I heard. Yeah,
Yeah.
R.I.P. Man, she was funny as hell, man. I
Yeah.
love her.
Yeah,
Yeah, she was.
That's
She really
another
99.
was.
chick didn't
Damn.
really give a shit.
Yeah, man.
She enjoyed her life. She
She
lived
did.
it to the fullest.
She did. No doubt about that. Yeah. She really grew on me in recent years because I started seeing her in a bunch of like movies and shit. And she was just like, she had this like just very funny humor, like for like an old lady. And I'm like, damn,
Yeah,
I fuck with Betty White, man. She good people.
yeah.
Yeah, I liked her too.
Like, I mean, she was in a movie called With You Again. This was like 10 years ago, I think, or like they came out 2010. And like she's like arguing with like another old chick who was a friend of hers. Can't remember her name, but she was a famous actress too. And she's talking about like, don't get up in my grill, sister. I'm like, this right, Betty. You tell him.
What's a fact, man? Yeah, I like Betty White. I think she was cool.
R.I.P. Man. God rest his soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, boxing historian, you can jump on if you want to. There's the link.
By the way, Tony, I'm gonna step off for just a minute. I'll be right back.
Well, I'm probably gonna get off too. Then let me see if boxing historian's gonna get on just so he can say what's up. But I'm probably good because I'm sitting outside my house right now in the car.
Oh, for sure, got you. Okay.
But I mean, if you need to jump off, by all means, jump off. I just don't know.
I just had her just run play just to take care of something. I'm just in the middle of doing something while I'm also on here. But it was only gonna take a minute. But if you want to jump off, I'm not gonna stop you. So.
No. Go ahead and take care of whatever you need to take care of. Like I said, I might not be here when you come back. That's all.
Okay, for sure. If you're not here, then Happy New Year and looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to more lives.
Yeah, right back at you.
All right, for sure.
But yeah, back to the chat real fast. Now that I'm not chopping it up or working out, let's see what we got because I missed a lot. Maybe I didn't miss as much as I thought I did. Whoa. Big Sean, Impossible. Which film? I don't know what that was about. I'm way behind on these comments. I saw the Eddie Murphy. Tyson locked up at 13. Yeah, but Juvie's nothing like prison. Danny Trejo was two-way champion in San Quentin long before acting. Yo, Machete. Martha still cooking with Snoop Dogg. Yes, she is. But yeah, so what was my fight of this year? That was the question that was asked earlier. And I would have to say that my fight of this year, I would have to say probably AJ versus Usyk. I think that was the best fight of this year. I know a lot of people try to say that Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury was like one of the best heavyweight fights ever, but I don't see how that topped AJ versus Usyk. Yeah, they had knockdowns in that fight, but both fighters looked very sloppy after the first couple of rounds. There was a lot of punches being missed. I mean, Tyson Fury, for as good of a boxer as he actually is, he looked super sloppy in that third fight.
What's going on, Tony? Back? What you talking about? The third Wilder Fury fight?
No. I was saying my fight of the year before I got off. I said I think my fight of the year was AJ versus Usyk.
Nice. Okay.
Because when I think about the heavyweights, right, a lot of people like to try to say the trilogy with Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder is like one of the best heavyweight fights ever. And I don't see how, because there was knockdowns. But when I look at both fighters, they look more sloppy in that fight than their past fights. They were missing punches left and right. They look sloppy. They both look like they got tired. And then whenever I look at like Usyk versus AJ, it was like a masterclass by Usyk.
Because it's funny, because when it comes to trilogies, right, or a series of fights, usually the combatants are evenly matched. You know what I mean?
Right.
But for the most part, but there was none of that here in this trilogy. You know what I mean? 2 fights were mismatches, and the first fight was kind of ordinary, you know. But the last 2 were mismatches, more or less. So
they really were.
I mean, so because like I can't exactly, because I think the zone asked, like, I think it was the zone they put on Twitter, talking about like, is the Fury Wilder trilogy one of the greatest fights of all time? I'm like, and I tweeted a response of like, well, how could it be when one of the fighters didn't even win one of the fights?
That's true.
I mean, it's true. It's like usually in trilogies or series of fights, you got one fighter that wins at least one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. One fighter that wins one. One fighter. Well, both fighters win one. Both fighters lose one, and then you have the trilogy.
Yeah, like Ali Frazier.
Yep.
Ali won one. Ali won 2. Mm-hmm. Frazier won 1. Norton.
Well, Frazier won the first one.
First fight.
Frazier beat him.
Yeah.
And then Ali came back and won the next 2.
Yeah, then Norton Ali. Norton won the first fight. Ali won the last 2. Riddick Bowe and Holyfield. Riddick Bowe won 2. Holyfield won 1. Gotti Ward. Ward won the first fight. Gotti won the second 2. See, that's how it usually goes. I can go on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's normally the only time you have trilogies is whenever both guys win and both guys lose.
Yeah.
And you do it for the tiebreaker. That's really what the trilogy is. It's the tiebreaker.
Yes, correct.
Let me see here. Do you think, somebody asked me, do I think AJ makes the necessary adjustments in the rematch? I'm going to tell you something right now, Troublemaker. I saw something that troubles me, like your name. What troubles me is I saw AJ training with Floyd Mayweather, and every time a fighter trains with Floyd Mayweather, they normally get knocked the fuck out. The latest example of that was Tyrone Woodley was training with Floyd Mayweather for the rematch with Jake Paul, and he got slept.
I get what the hell was that about? So what is AJ doing with Mayweather anyway? I mean, what's going on? I mean, I thought he was with another guy named Anthony Chill, somebody. I'd never heard of that guy, but I thought he was.
Yeah. What's his last? Anthony Chill something.
I can't. The last name eludes me as well. I can't think of the right name.
I looked him up. Because I didn't know who the fuck he was either. A black coach.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
supposedly. Supposedly he's worked with 21 champions. I don't know who those 21 champions are, but
shit, I like to know. I got to do some research on this guy and then look him up, see what he's done, because I just wonder if he's credible at all. I mean, not that I care, but I'm just curious. So.
Well, my thing is this. I don't understand this. Like, the right coach for AJ is right there in his fucking backyard, but he refuses to go to him. Tony Sims. AJ looked better than he ever looked under Tony Sims. The minute he separated from him, you've slowly seen a decline in AJ to where he has 2 losses now. Why the fuck doesn't he go back to the coach that actually made him great? Now Tony Sims, and I'll tell you who he's working with, Conor Ben. And you see, like, Conor Ben, Ben started off very shaky, but look at how much he's improved.
Yes, yes. I mean, honestly, I know a lot of people probably don't rate his win over Algieri, but I was very, very impressed with his performance in that fight. He showed great defense, great movement, punch placement, everything. It's like he just, he was a completely different. I mean, from the Granados fight, if you compare his performance, it wasn't that good because I think Granados just didn't want to fight, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he didn't want to engage.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So as a result, Conor looks like, the Algieri fight, the Conor looked good. It's like, okay, I might have to put him up there. In terms of because I like to see who else he fights next. I mean, that's why I like to see him fight Avanesian. You know what I mean? Based on that performance, I give him a chance.
I think Avanesian would be good. I think Boots would be good. I think Virgil Ortiz would be good. Those are the type of fighters that he needs to be aiming for.
Yeah,
but I think he's going for Adrian Broner.
Yeah. And he'll. I think honestly, if that happens, Broner, that might be his first stoppage loss because Broner, I think he's shot now. If I'm being honest, I don't think there's really much.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
AJ, you're not lying. You're not lying because if Broner doesn't let his hands go against Ben as aggressive as he gets, he'll get knocked out.
What happened to Algieri is going to happen to Broner.
but maybe worse because at least Algieri was letting his hands go.
He was. I mean, but Algieri couldn't crack an egg, so.
right. But my point is,
but Broner. I mean, he does have good survival instincts, but that was like, I don't know. I mean, I just don't see it going well for Broner if he takes the fight at all. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be picking him, that's for sure.
No. I think Broner. I'm right there with you. I think he gets stopped because again, ever since he lost to Maidana, he quit letting his hands go. He now just Philly shells and he throws 10 punches in 12 rounds.
Yeah, that loss was the beginning. That loss was the beginning of the end for him. There was a decline after that.
It was a big decline, a huge. And that happens with some fighters.
Yeah. No. I mean, because not all fighters take an L well. I mean, some fighters come back stronger from it, some don't. Everybody's different. You know what I mean?
Right. I agree with you 100%. Troublemaker agrees with me. He says Conor looks like a completely different fighter now. And again, like I said, that's due to Tony Sims. He took a guy who looked very rugged, very rough, and he's polished him. Like in Conor Ben, every time he fights, looks better and better and better.
Yes,
and that's who AJ should be with.
Yeah, he improves with every fight.
Right. And you know what's so funny about it is Tony Sims was doing the opposite of what people said AJ should do. Everybody was talking about AJ needs to take off the weight. He needs to take off the weight. He needs to take off the weight. And what does he do? He ends up getting beat by a fucking cruiserweight. A cruiserweight. And then the thing that's so funny about it is I've had discussions with multiple people, right? And they're like, well, AJ, he can't be 250. He gets winded. I was like, well, who did he get winded against? They tell me, Klitschko. I was like, what was the result of that fight? Oh, he knocked Klitschko out. Well, who else did he get winded against? He got winded against Dillian White when they fought early. Well, what was the result of that fight? Oh, he knocked out Dillian White. Then the other one was he got winded against Povetkin. Well, what was the outcome of that fight? Oh, he knocked out Povetkin. So what you're telling me is this dude got winded and still knocked everybody out. Winded.
See that point of contention, I don't understand because people want to criticize Bud for kind of taking the knee against Kavaliauskas, but I'm like, okay, well, it's not like he dropped the guy 3 times and stopped him, right?
Right.
Yeah, so why are you just criticizing the man like he lost? You know what I mean?
And that's my point. And the point I'm coming to is Tony Sims knew AJ needs size. He needs power. That's what he is. He's a big guy who needs to be bigger and stronger, and he overwhelms you by overpowering you. Now, when you strip him away from his power, what do we get? We get a cruiserweight who could take his best shots and walk through them.
Yep. Because I remember like in one round he landed because somebody put this on Twitter like AJ landed a good flush right hand that kind of rocked Usyk and put him in check. Then AJ didn't do anything after that. You know what I mean? It's like he just stood there and just continued to play chess. We do it. It's like I know Usyk. It was hard. It was difficult fighting him. I know it is. But at the same time, you land a flush right like that. You got to take advantage of the opportunity. You know what I mean?
I agree, you do, but at the same time, he was hesitant because every time he tried to put combos together, he was getting countered, and they were starting to rack up and hurt him. So he was very, I don't want to say gun shy because he was throwing shots, but he was hesitating too much to let his hands go because every time he let his hands go, Usyk was just getting off the line and just battering him.
Yeah, I mean, it's like see Usyk, guys like Usyk, Lomachenko. These are guys who you can't think too much against because by the time you finish thinking and you made your move, they'll already made theirs.
Exactly. And at the highest level, a millisecond is all the difference between something landing and not landing, or you getting hit and not getting hit.
I mean, honestly, AJ's better up just probably putting up a high guard and just marching. I know he doesn't fight like that, but I mean, because you know how Floyd fought Conor McGregor, how he was just putting his hands up and kind of just marching and walking kind of down. He might have to just do some shit like that, Usyk. Who knows? It might work, it might not, but you never know unless you try.
Well, I can tell you he won't be able to do that at 237 pounds, which is what he really weighed, because he came in at 240 with sweatpants on and everything else he was wearing. He was really like 237. He's not going to be able to walk down Usyk that small. He's got to be what he is, and in this Floyd Mayweather Philly Shell bullshit is not going to work. I don't know who PB is.
Yeah, Caleb Plant tried that. He got knocked out by Canelo. So there you go.
There's somebody in the background named PB.
PB? Newbie? Don't know him?
Oh, it's Pigeon.
Oh, what the hell is with this guy? I never heard of this Pigeon dude. Like, so this is what he does? He just goes...
The problem that I'm having is... So here's the deal, AJ. I know that Pigeon... And like I said, I've never had any issues with Pigeon. Pigeon's actually been on my panel before in the past, and I've never had any problems with Pigeon. But the problem that I'm having is, and Pigeon, I know you're listening, is that 150 was doing a live stream, and Pigeon put up a picture of a dude showing his penis, right?
Yeah.
It got 150's video banned and taken down, and I just can't risk it. I cannot risk it.
No, matter of fact, you know what's funny? I think the same thing happened to Lady Chan once. I wonder if it was him because some guy did that. Like he put a dick pic up, and Chan immediately kicked him off. I don't think that video was taken off. I mean, but some guy. I wonder if that was him. I mean, so this was not that long ago. I went to her live streams as well. That's why Chan that's why Chan has newbies show their faces before they come on, just because she doesn't want to risk it either.
Pigeon saying he didn't do it. Look, Pigeon, you're going to have to come around my channel and join in the chat and talk for a little while and prove that you're not trying to troll, and then I'll let you back on like I've let you on in the past. But again, I can't afford, because I'm not trying to lose my channel. Like, I've worked too hard to get my channel up, to get subs, even though I'm only at 2.3. I'm not trying to lose that and start over fresh. So unfortunately right now, Pigeon, whether it was you or not, there's several different channels who have said that you went over there and done stuff that's got their videos flagged. At this moment, I can't let you on, my dude. I have no issues with you, and I'm not trying to, like, start anything. I'm just saying, because of the things that have happened, you're more than welcome to my chat, and if you come to my chat often, then I'll let you on. But you got to prove that you're not trying to just troll channels. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't get that shit anyway. Doing shit like that. That's just
something. Oh, AJ, do you have access to where you can put the screen down and look over at like ESPN.com?
Let's see. Oh yeah, I can open up another tab and do so. I can do that.
Yeah. I can't do that on my phone. If I swipe up to open up another page, it'll like kick me out.
Yeah, what's up? What you want to look up?
Let me know who won the Georgia game. I know they were dominating, but I don't know if they kept the lead after the half. It was like 20-3.
Was it Georgia versus
in the
Michigan?
Second quarter? Yeah.
Let's take a look. Let's see.
Because I know Bama won.
Georgia won 34-11.
34-11. Woo! So we're gonna get the rematch, Bama versus Georgia again.
Yep, Orange Bowl, right? In NCAA football.
Yeah. So
yep,
for the national championship, the national championship is going to be between Georgia and Alabama.
Oh, nice, sweet.
So the Atlanta Braves won the World Series. Let's see if Georgia can win.
Nice. Maybe Alabama could bring Deontay Wilder out as a little boost.
You know what?
Work,
if I was the coach of Georgia and I heard that they were bringing Wilder with them, I'd bring Tyson Fury with the Bulldogs.
Nice.
I'd have to offset that juju. But before I go, Deontay Wilder.
Yo.
Do you want to see him in more fights, or do you just want him to retire?
I think he's got a couple more fights left in him. I do. I mean, because now he's getting up there in age, and I don't think, and just based on the beatings he took ultimately it's his decision. But I'd like to see him in a couple more fights. I I think honestly, because I was it was posed to the question earlier. I posed the question earlier to the chat, like, what fight do they want to see Deontay Wilder in next? And I just posed the question. It's like, why not take the Chisora fight that's there for him? I mean, I easily believe that he could win that fight now. That he's kind of lost. He didn't look as good as in Parker's last fight. He's 38 now, so I think that's a winnable fight for Wilder. Easy payday, if he goes to the UK for it. So why not? Why not take it? Like, what else is he going to do in the meantime?
Chisora is very risky, though, AJ. That's
I know it's a risk, but like the thing is, like, because compared to how Chisora looked in the first Parker fight and the second fight, I think there's some might be a little bit of a decline there because Chisora got winded early. He got hurt several times. He got dropped. So if I know it's a risk, but still, like, what else is there on the table for Deontay Wilder? Like, who are they going to put him in next? I mean, what fights do you think they could take next? Besides,
my thing is this: when you look, and I'll get to this question in a minute, Trouble Laker. When I look at Chisora, right, and Parker, you got to understand, Parker came in at like 255 to offset the size that Chisora comes in with.
Yeah, I forgot.
And,
how much did he weigh in the first fight? Was it like in the 220s? I want to say. Or?
I think Parker came in around 230 something.
So sorry, Tony. What was that? But
I want to say he came in high 230s, low 240s.
Yeah. Okay. I forgot Parker came in heavy. That's right. Okay. Yeah, I forgot about that. In that case, maybe he should take the fight. Then I retract my statement.
Well, the thing is the only thing that worries me about Wilder is he's very athletic. He's very fast, very explosive, but he's not very strong. And the strength that he does have is more explosive strength, and he doesn't have a lot of muscular endurance. So what I mean by that is, let's say a guy like Tyson Fury leans on him. He may be able to throw Tyson Fury off of him the first couple of times, but then he tires very quick, like, say, a cheetah's muscles, how they act.
Yeah, I mean, it was just right quick. I think the downfall of what would have, like, why Wilder performed so sluggishly in those last two Fury fights is because the weight he put on. I think that was a mistake. He shouldn't have done that.
I don't think it's the weight that he put on. I think it's where he put the weight on is the issue. The problem is it looked like
his upper body.
Yeah, it just looked like he spent his whole time bench pressing. That's all it looked like he did was bench pressing and pull downs for his back. Because his arms didn't look much bigger, his shoulders didn't look much bigger, but his back was a lot wider and his chest was a lot bigger. It was a lot more filled out. And you can't put on 15 plus pounds of upper body weight and then leave your legs alone. Like, they're not gonna, especially in a sport that relies on balance and speed. Like, it's just not gonna work out well. What he should have done is not got any bigger up top and focus mainly on getting the weight on his legs.
Yeah. I mean, because in the first fight, even though that was kind of like a Fury at 60-70%, he still weighed significantly more than Wilder. And
right.
Wilder was able to put him on the canvas twice. So, in the first fight, yeah. So based on that, it's like, why put on any muscle? You can put on some, but you don't have to put on that much. You know what I mean? Like, I'm hearing like his best weight was at, like, I don't know, he fights in between usually 213, 220, something like that. If he came in like at around that weight, then he probably would have been fine. Who knows?
Well, I don't know, because you got to understand, the first time he fought Fury came in around 250 something. Yeah. And the last two times he fought him, Fury was 280s. Well, the second fight, I think it was like 270 something, and the third fight,
273 in the third fight, he was 277, so just 4 pounds heavier than the.
Yeah. So he practically 280. Practically came in
more or less 280. Yeah, 280. Yeah, more or less.
yeah. So practically 280. So he got 20 pounds heavier than he was in the first fight, and like in the second rematch, he got 25 pounds heavier. You see what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know if Wilder stayed the same weight, if it would have been able to be beneficial, or it would have been a detriment to him whenever Fury put that 280 pounds on top of him. Like, my thing for Wilder was going into the trilogy, seeing the rematch. What he should have been doing is, and I saw AJ doing this. Believe it or not, I actually saw AJ doing this on a training video, which is what I said Wilder should have done. Wilder should have been focusing on a lot of wrestling. They should have done a lot of sparring, but before each round ended, they should have brought a guy in there and extended the round for like another 30 seconds to a minute of pure wrestling. A guy who's that tall, that heavy. He doesn't have to be a boxer. He could have been a WWE. He could have been a basketball player. He could have been some random ass dude off the streets who was just 6'9", 280 pounds. You know what I mean? Or heavier. But he should have focused on wrestling, so that would have trained his body to be able to deal with the weight weighing him down. Number two, your legs is your support, especially if you got something on top of you weighing you down. There should have been more focus on his leg strength than anything. Like, I could see squats, deadlifts would have been real good. Even though deadlifts is considered back, it's still a very good quad exercise. You know, leg extensions, leg curls, and toe raises. Like, he really needed to focus on this. And then another problem is, what people don't understand is, you don't have to per se gain weight, lifting weights to get strong. Like, yes, you can gain weight and you get stronger with weight, but at the same time, if you're not used to lifting weights, right, you're going to get stronger. And I think for upper body, he needed to work on more strength versus actually bulking. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Instead of, I don't know how they had him working out, but what he should have been doing is lower reps with heavy weight, so he could get used to moving heavier weight, and that's going to translate over into other things for him. And the thing about it is, obviously what they were doing was moderate weight with a decent amount of reps so he could build up the thickness of his chest and all of that. You see what I'm saying? Like, his whole regimen was wrong. Like, I don't know why they trained him like they trained him. And it should have also been what they call it. Like,
his team is full of people who don't know what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Right. But when it comes to strength and conditioning, you know, like for instance, when I work out, right, when you saw me doing my back, right, I do one set, I break, then I do another set, and I break, right?
Yeah.
For Wilder,
no, see, my trainer has me do the same thing. It's like we do a significant amount of reps. Then like we rest for like 60 to 90 minutes per set. Then we start again. Right.
But for Wilder, it should have been, it shouldn't have been like that. It should have been a high intensity workout. So what they should have done is figure out what his max is. Let's say, being that he doesn't lift weights, his max is only 185 pounds.
Yeah.
Or we'll give him 225, being that he was a 200-pound man. Let's say that never lifting weights, he could do 225, which I doubt he could. But let's just say 225, right? That's his max. Well, then what they should have done is go heavy. So, of course, he can't lift his max for more than one. But what you do is you go down. Let's go down 40 pounds. Okay, 185. He can do 185. But he can only do 185 for, say, 4 reps, right? Well, here's what we're going to do, because he's a boxer and he needs to work on endurance. What you do is you get that 185, you do one set of 4, right? Then he does it. You give him like a 5-second break, then you make him do a second set. Give him a 5-second break and make him do a third set. Okay, flat bench is done. Time to go to incline. You load up the incline really fast. He does his first set, 5-second break, do the second set, 5-second break, do the third set. And that's how he should have done all his strength exercises. So it's very high intensity, no rest. So what he's doing is, not only is he working on his strength, muscle endurance to lift what's heavy for his body, but he's also working on his breath, because now he's used to not taking those long breaks like a lot of bodybuilders do. You got to train for what you're doing. You know what I mean? If you're in a sport where you don't get breaks, well, you don't fucking train with weights with breaks.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about
me personally. I'm a big advocate of calisthenics. You know what I mean? I really
calisthenics is great. It's
great. I like doing push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, all that kind of stuff. Like, squats. I really like that stuff. And it's like, hey, if I could just do this shit, I don't even need a gym. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. No, calisthenics is really, really, really good to a point. Like, again, you're only going to get so strong doing push-ups. A push-up is great for being in shape. You could do. I mean, if you get really good at doing push-ups, you could do like 200 push-ups in less than 2 minutes if you're on your shit. You know what I mean?
So I'm hearing stuff like, the G-Man, Gerald McClellan. Like, I heard, he would do like 1,000 push-ups a day.
Right.
Stuff like that.
But that's really good, because it'll work on your muscle endurance. But the problem with calisthenics, where it falls short, is you're only going to get so strong doing your body weight. And you're not going to be able to put on any type of real muscle weight because you're doing so many reps that your body's really not having time to heal. So it's very good for endurance. It's like looking at the difference in a sprinter and a cross-country runner. Cross-country runners, they look very thin, okay? You look at a sprinter, they're built like fucking bodybuilders.
Bro, who you talking to? I did both in high school. You know what I'm saying? I mean, well, I did long distance running, and you know, I didn't do any sprints per se, but I just did long distance running, and you know, what I would do was 1,600 meters, 800 meters, and just sometimes I would do 100s, but yeah, I just did all that stuff for the most part, and I just did long distance running to make the sprints easier, you know, for the most part, so I could just, you know, my endurance could be at its zenith. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then and I was thin, bro, and I was a shit eater too. I did diet, everything, but I always remained thin because I ran so damn much.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about it, and that's like where YouTube is the worst place in the world for people to take advice for like weightlifting, because a lot of people hear guys talk about, well, I go to the gym 2-3 times a day. Sometimes I do it 4 times a day, and that's great if you're on steroids.
Yeah,
but if you're normal,
it's funny. It's like my pops. He was B-box back in the day, and he was in shape as well. He says that, like, you know, there's nothing wrong with trying to sell a product nowadays, because like they say, you got people saying like, oh, don't do crunches anymore. You don't have to do sit-ups. You don't have to do this, do that. And like my pops is like, you know what's funny about those vids? The shit they say don't do, I did, and I got results.
Right.
So,
yeah. Well, my point was this: when you're on steroids, they're like taking sensu beans. Your body is instant healing. So you can go to the gym 2, 3, 4 times a day, no issues, because your body's instant healing. But if you're not on something like that, it will only be efficient to a point, and then you will never progress. You'll plateau, and you'll never get stronger. You'll never get bigger. You'll never look any different than what you look once you plateau, and you're going to plateau very quickly because your body needs time to heal. You have to take breaks. You have to heal, and that's really what people don't understand. Like, you got to take time. Like, you can't do the same fucking thing 3 times a day every other day, or you're not going to get the results you're looking for. You're only going to get results to a point, and then it stops, and then you never go anywhere.
See, because the key is muscle confusion. Because like we do a different set of workouts every day I go. Every day, like every week I see him. Like I see him like 3 times a week, and we do something different every time I go. It's never the same.
Yeah, that'll work too.
Yeah,
because you're switching it up. But I mean, with muscle confusion, you're also doing different muscle groups within the same muscle. You know what I mean? Like, you're hitting it from a different angle. Mm-hmm. So let's say, how can I do this as an example? Let's just say, for instance, you do flat benches, right? And then 2 days later, because you're on muscle confusion, you do incline benches. Well, instead of you working the center of the chest, the center of your chest does get a little bit of work when you do incline, but you're mainly working the top of your pec. So your chest is still resting in the center, but now you're working the top of the pec. You see what I'm saying? Then you do a decline, say, on Friday. So instead of you doing all 3 of your exercises on Monday, incline, decline, flat bench, you're spread it out and you're confusing it because you're switching it up. Or maybe you did it with a barbell this day, and now you're doing it with dumbbells. So now you're working on stabilizer muscles you normally don't use when you do a barbell, because the barbell is keeping it straight, whereas now you're having to keep it straight yourself with dumbbells. So muscle confusion does work. It is good because, like I said, it changes up what you're using. Yeah,
and you're not always doing the same, workouts. I'm doing something. It's hard to keep track with everything I'm doing. You're just, okay, you're gonna do this, do this, do this. I'm like, damn, all the shit is different. None of it's the same.
Right. Really fast before I get off. Troublemaker said, "What NFL teams do you guys support?" For me, it's the Atlanta Falcons.
I don't have one in particular because honestly, I don't watch football that much. Because I just so I don't have one at the moment. So yeah.
All right.
But I'm gonna go with Tony's choice, the Falcons.
He said you can't put weight on those chopsticks. Talking about Deontay Wilder's legs. For me, this is my thing. I don't know if I would have him fight Chisora because it's such a big risk fight and really no reward.
That's true. Yeah.
If he comes back, unless it's like a tune-up because he hasn't fought in a while, I'd give him a tune-up. I say he deserves a soft touch, and I don't
Yeah,
care if
because
it's an unrated fighter.
he's coming off of 2 just back-to-back taxing losses against Tyson Fury. So
Right,
yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that
right,
if he took a tune-up fight.
right. But after that tune-up fight, I would say for a guy where he is, and especially with, in my opinion, you don't know how good or how bad he actually is. It's not worth it putting him in there with a Chisora than him getting, say, knocked out, and then everybody being like, oh, yeah, this dude was never any good. What he needs to do is fight a guy like Joe Joyce, Joseph Parker, Dillian White, Andy Ruiz. If Charles Martin can beat Luis Ortiz, that's a good fight for him because it's a guy that AJ fought, and it's still a gauging stick. You know what I mean?
You're right. Yeah.
Or even as bad, like Hrgovic looked horrible in his last fight. That would be a good guy to catch right now. Because
I don't see him fighting out of all those options. I don't see him fighting Dylan White at all, if I'm being honest. So.
Well, yeah, he probably won't. But I'm just saying, those are the type of guys he needs to fight, because if he loses to those guys, he just lost to another really good fighter. But if he goes and loses to Chisora, oh my goodness.
If he loses again, I think he should hang him up after that. He really should. I mean, depending on how bad the loss is, like if he gets knocked out again and just beaten up badly, I probably would say that yes, it's probably time for him to call it a career.
Well, yeah, I agree with you. If he loses again to anybody, he needs to call it a day. But my point is, if he loses to Dillian White, it doesn't look as bad as if he loses to Chisora.
No. Because like I'm about Chisora, the man's got like 12 losses. You know.
Yeah.
And he still wants to continue fighting.
Well, the only thing I can say about Chisora is, despite all his losses, he's always managed to keep himself in the top 10 rankings.
That's true. He has. That's true. That's been very impressive. And honestly, he's actually given hell to everybody he's fought, despite him losing. You know what I mean? Mostly, it's kind of like Sean Porter in a sense. You know what I mean? Even all his losses, he gave everybody he could handle, except. But of course, I don't think he really struggled with. Bud didn't really struggle with him much. I think Bud did handle him easier than everybody else he fought.
Which I saw coming.
Yeah. Man, most everybody did.
Yeah.
So, I mean, truth be told, I thought Ugas gave Porter a better fight than Spence did. If I'm being honest. You think? Or I thought so. I mean, he did get 2 knockdowns, and it was. I mean, I don't know, because based on how the aesthetic of the fight went, based on styles, it's it was a very sloppy affair with Earl Spence. You know what I mean? Very scrappy, very sloppy. Where with Ugas, it was kind of just more technical and kind of controlled. So
right, but the problem with that, the comparisons is this: when Porter fought Spence, he fought how he fights every single fight. When Porter fought Ugas, he fought from the outside, which is something he never does.
Yeah, you're right. He chose the box.
Yeah, and he doesn't box.
Because he's a pressure fighter. So. Right.
I thought a lot of people thought he lost. I thought he beat Ugas. I thought the right guy won.
So did I. Yeah. Chan, we did a rewatch of Chance Chat. Porter won. He won. It was close, but Porter won. I thought so. Yeah.
I mean, and like I said, he completely switched up the way that he fought for that one fight. And my thing is this: Ugas is more of a technical boxer. He comes from that Cuban background.
Yep.
Those are technical guys. If you can get in there and outbox a technical boxer from range who's much taller than you, why the fuck would you not keep implementing that in your game plan and you just revert back to Sean Porter? It made no sense. You showed that you can box. Why do you not continue to box?
Yeah. Because he actually was he's actually showed good foot movement in that fight when he was on the back foot as well. I believe.
Well, he showed a good footwork. He showed good jabs. He showed good counter punching. He showed all the things that he's never really showed, but he never showed them again.
Yeah, that
was the one and done. Okay, I'm gonna show everybody I can box, but then I'm never gonna box again.
One question. One question I want to. We'll touch on that in just a second. Just one question. I don't know. In the Crawford Porter fight, you heard about how before the 10th round, before Crawford stopped Porter, he learned that he was down on the cards, and how he went out and put him down in 20 seconds. Did you hear about that?
Who was down?
I mean, okay, so somebody was talking to Crawford in the corner before the 10th round started, right? And somebody told him, and he was told Crawford was led to believe that he was down on the cards. And then because you heard him talking to his corner, like he was just saying like, what, how? Like, I don't get it. You know what I mean? Then he just said, then Strain said, okay, it's time to go get him. He was like, all right. And like in the next 20 seconds, he put Porter on his ass.
Is that a true story or is that a wise tale?
No. I mean, some guy released a video like of captions of him, like, you know, just somebody telling Bud that he was down. I believe. I think it was legit. I don't think it was fake. I think it was true. Like I don't know who he was talking to exactly, but I think he was led to believe that he was down on the cards. Then like when then Crawford's like acknowledged that, okay, got it. Then like he went out, put Porter down on his butt in like 20 seconds. Then he stopped him like not that long after that. Then like my question to you is like, you know, if he could just turn it up like that, do you think that he was kind of holding back and kind of carrying Sean a bit, or?
Well, if the story is true, I don't know if he was holding back because we saw him get knocked down by Mean Machine, then he turned it up another level. We've seen him get buzzed before, and then he like goes Goku Super Saiyan after he gets buzzed. The thing with Terrence is,
he said that himself several times in his documentary. He was talking about that. He brought up the Mean Machine when he took a knee. He said, if I could take your best shot, obviously, if I take your best shot and I eat it and I'm cool, oh, it's on. And then when they said when Mean Machine put him down, it's like, all right, I'm knocking this dude out.
Right. Yeah. Well, what I was going to say is the thing with Terrence is I've never seen him reach a cap to intensity. So I could believe it because the dude, literally his intensity goes up with each round that passes. Like if there was still 15 rounds of boxing, I think he would be more intense in the 15th round than he was in the 14th round. So with him, he can turn it on at the drop of a dime. So maybe it was just one of them things where he was like, I'm behind. Well, shit, let me kick it into sixth gear. And he just went to sixth gear, and Porter couldn't handle it. Porter was good with fifth gear, fourth gear, third gear, second gear, first gear. But when he jumped into sixth gear, that's where he left Porter.
Yep. And I think that's just very, very impressive. It shows the elite type of fighter that he is if he could just turn it up like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And you know, I mean, because like Porter is a guy who's who's given issues to everybody he's fought, even in his losses, right? And but just Crawford to go out and drop him twice immediately in the same round. You know what I mean? No one's ever did that to him before. No, nobody. Well, the thing about it is despite all of that, and as much as, you know, I like Terrence Crawford, I still think the Spence and him fight is a 50-50 fight. I don't think it's as one-sided as a lot of people think, because the thing is, Spence is a big dude for that weight class. He is fucking big. And despite Crawford being strong, explosive, dynamic, the thing is, we don't know how he's going to handle the size and the pressure of Spence. He may go in there and knock Spence out early, but Spence may go in there and wear him down. We don't know.
And like we don't really know what, like, how much of a, like, where Spence is at physically. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because of the car wreck. But
so
my thing is this: I assume he's 100%. You know, with the torn retina, he may very well not be 100%, but I have to assume that the doctors are doing their jobs and he's physically all right. You know what I mean? So I'm not basing him off of 30% or 70% or 80% of what he used to be, because I don't know if he's 100% of what he used to be or if he's diminished. You know what I mean? So I have to judge it off of 100%. Spence, we haven't seen him lose since the car wreck. Granted, he's only been in one fight.
Yeah.
And, you know, the fight that he was going to, the second one, got postponed. Well, not postponed, you know, it just didn't happen. But if he looks good against Ugas, I would say he's probably 100%.
That'll be the correct gauge on where we'll see he's at after that and during that fight.
But I'm going to tell you this right now, with all the upsets that we saw this year,
I wouldn't be surprised if Ugas pulled it off. I wouldn't be surprised if Ugas pulled it off.
I mean, imagine AJ, all the money he's going to lose if he loses to Ugas.
Well, the thing is, like, I don't think Spence wanted the Crawford fight all along. I really don't, because, like, in the history clearly shows. You know what I mean? You go back years. I mean, back like late 2018, the backstage conference they had, he said, "Why would I fight Sean Porter when I could fight? I mean, why would I fight you when I could take the easy route and fight Sean Porter, which wasn't easy."
Oh yeah, I agree.
I mean,
I agree.
which wasn't easy because he nearly lost that fight. Then he starts talking about purse splits. You got to come to the side. You already know. I'm sure you already know all this. So yeah. So you're familiar.
Joe Mama said, "Who guys will stop Spence?"
We'll see.
Troublemaker said 60-40 Crawford. No, I think it 147. I think if there is a purse split, Spence does deserve the bigger of the pot. I mean, he generates more money than Crawford.
And I only say that because he has a decent track record on pay-per-view while Crawford really doesn't, and that's the only reason I'll say he deserves more. That's it. That's all. I mean, I think both of them should get 50-50 if I'm being honest, because you want to weigh if you weigh Crawford's accomplishments, and everything he's accomplished in his career, 3-division champ, former Undisputed champion, stuff like that. If you want to weigh that stuff in, then give him 50-50. But based on where they're at now, Spence has more belts, plus he is kind of he's got a track record on pay-per-view, so yeah, give him more money. But 60-40, the split should be 60-40, no more than that. You know what I mean? No 70-30, no 80-20 bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I believe it should be like this. I think it should go down like this. If there is a rematch clause in there for both guys, what it should be is first fight 60-40, and then the winner gets 60-40. So if Bud beats Spence, then the next time around he should get the 60-40. And if Spence beats Bud and there is a rematch, he just remains with the 60-40.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's funny, like I was kind of just, because like I was hoping Crawford when Earl Spence talking about like, oh, you're gonna maybe do 70-30 or 80-20, whatever you get him, I'd have clapped back and be like, okay, I'll take you 80-20 split, but if the difference is the winner gets the lion's share, you down?
Well, yeah. I mean, like, if I would have pursued boxing and not went to college instead, then I mean, me personally, if I truly felt like I could beat the person and I knew there was going to be a rematch, I'd say it straight up. I'd be like, cool, I'll take 20-80, but when I whoop your ass and this rematch happens, I'm getting 80%.
Yeah, exactly.
And then if the person doesn't agree to it, then you can chop that up as a duck because they think they're going to lose because they don't want to on the back end take the 80-20.
Yep. I mean, but the winner, I'm doubtful. I hope I'm wrong, but I think the winner of Ugas Spence. I mean, depending on not if there's a rematch clause or not. I mean, but I really hope there isn't. That's just one thing we don't need. That's just going to delay up, the Undisputed fight even more. I just hope the winner fights Bud. I don't think they will, but I just hope so. Because honestly, the most realistic option out there for Bud next might be Josh Taylor, if I'm being honest.
I just don't know if Josh Taylor can beat Terrence in his first fight at 147.
I don't think he can. I mean, I'm picking Bud all the way if they fight. I mean, but I'm just saying, I mean, that might be the only option for him. Who knows? You know what I mean? Because we got because by the way, Spence doesn't have just Ugas. I mean, with the winner of that fight, they don't have Bud problems. They got Virgil Ortiz and Boots Ennis problems as well.
Oh yeah. You also got my boy. Woo! Blair the Flair Cobb.
Oh, that dude, that guy. Bro, he don't want it with Boots. Man. Boots will whoop his ass.
He ran up on Boots.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I mean, like, but he don't want no Boots at his problems, man. I'm picking Boots all the way if that fight happens.
Hey. You can't sit there and talk about how Crawford ran up on Spence and Spence didn't fight Crawford and then not say the same thing about Boots. I think it's Boots that doesn't want that fight.
Okay, fair enough. Touche, sir. I'll give you that one.
my boy gonna come there, knock your boy out, and he gonna be going, woo!
Okay, well, like, do you rate Blair Cobbs? I haven't seen him fight that much. I mean, who would you? If that fight happened, who would you be picking?
Oh shit, man, I'm riding. I'm all in for Blair the Flair Cobbs. Whether I internally think he wins or not is irrelevant. I am all in for Blair the Flair Cobbs just because I like the dude.
Got you.
So
sure.
I would not even do a prediction on that fight.
His commentary needs work, though. I'll say that because he was completely riding Michael Hunter on the Triller card.
Yeah.
So that he lost that fight. By the way, I don't know about you, but yeah, Hunter, he didn't win that fight.
I missed it.
Because he fought Jerry Forrest on Triller. He got a draw, but I thought he lost by 2 rounds. He looked terrible.
Yeah, a lot of people said he lost the fight.
Yeah, he looked awful. He didn't look good at all. So he was lucky to get that. But, I don't know, man. I mean, because I rate Michael Hunter. I thought I was actually disappointed he didn't take the fight with Hrgovic because I thought I was actually picking him to beat Hrgovic had it happened.
Well, the way that Hrgovic looked in his last fight, Hunter probably would have beat him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I was picking him before that anyway. You know what I mean? Because I just see a lot of things in Hunter's style that can give Hrgovic, issues. And he has been, making noise a little bit. He, beat Mark McCauley, took his oath, Sergey Kuzmin. So, yeah, and gave Usyk a tough fight when he fought him as well for a few rounds. So,
Yeah, I mean, Usyk gave him his first and only loss.
Well, only loss, yeah. So,
well,
there ain't no shame in losing to Usyk. So, yeah, so.
Yeah, and then, you could argue who you feel like won between, him and Povetkin.
Yeah.
I thought Hunter should have won the fight, even though it was a draw. I thought he just got too far ahead on the scorecards early.
Right. Who Povetkin did, or
no.
Sorry,
Michael Hunter.
Michael Hunter. Okay, right, got it. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought Michael Hunter just started too fast and Povetkin came on too late. But I mean, Povetkin was definitely winning the latter half of that fight, but I just thought it was a little bit too late.
Yeah. He drew with Zhilei Zhang too as well. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, a lot of people said Forrest should have won that fight. Yeah, he should have got the nod there too, probably. Yeah, he's been making noise.
No. Jerry Forrest was getting his ass whooped by Zhang, and he fought his way back to a draw, and it was so fucking funny. I've never seen somebody so happy over a draw in my life. This dude was celebrating a draw. Jerry Forrest was celebrating that he got a draw.
It's like that goes to show you Jerry Forrest like underrated. He's been making noise. He just got a draw. He arguably beat Michael Hunter and got a draw against him, and just drew against Zhilei Zhang. So it's like, is there a spark there with this guy or something? You know what I mean? He's probably one of these danger men or these unknown variants in the heavyweight division that you need to be careful against.
I mean, it's possible. I don't know. I really don't know. Pigeon's back in the background.
Oh boy.
Guess
he won't take a hint, huh?
Well, I've said to him, I know he can hear me. I said to him that I can't let him on right now. Like there's too many people saying that he's got their channels flagged, and I have nothing at all against Pigeon. It's just that you don't know how other people think. You know what I'm saying? Like AJ,
oh yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
know what's in his mind. I don't know because I've been on 150's panel like one or two times, not a lot, but I've randomly seen him live, jumped on one or two times. And the problem that I'm having is he may be attacking everybody that's cool with 150. You see what I'm saying? Like, even though me and Pigeon have never had problems, I've never had issues with him, and I've let him on my panel in the past, I don't know if he's going to troll me because he doesn't like 150, and I just can't afford it right now.
No, I get it. You got to explain it to me. I understand completely.
No. I'm explaining it. I'm not explaining it to you. I'm explaining it so that Pigeon can understand while he's listening in the background. I can't risk it because I don't know what's in his mind. And it is bad. Like Pigeon, from what I've seen and heard other people, he's tried to jump on other people's panels, and like me, nobody's let him on. He's pretty much been blackballed out, but it's your own doing. You know what I mean? He literally blackballed himself.
That was big. Yeah, he did. I was surprised that Forrest lasted through all that, if I'm being honest. I thought that, dude's going to get stopped in the first round. But I really don't see the Zhang guy going anywhere, if I'm being honest. You know what I mean?
No. After the Jerry Forrest fight, he had to get rushed to the hospital.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I don't know what was wrong with him.
He's old. He's old.
I know he's old, but I don't know if he was dehydrated or something like that. But I said his age is probably a figure. Dude, what is he now? 38, pushing 40. So yeah.
Well, that's if that's his real age. I mean, he could be like Cubans.
Who knows?
So that must be Pigeon right there, Uncle Phil.
Okay.
I've never been nasty to you, and you want to be nasty. I must.
Okay, I'm not.
So again, Pigeon. I'm not trying to be nasty to you at all. I've explained several times. You must not have heard it. That I've never had any issues with you. I've let you on my panel in the past, and I don't have any issues with you. But the thing is, Pigeon, is I don't know what's in your mind because I've been on 150's panel one or two times. And it seems like a lot of the people who have said that you have got their channels flagged were on his panel. So I have no issues with you. I won't have any issues with you. But I just, at this point in time, with what's going on with you and 150 and other channels, I can't afford to let you on or other people on who have gotten channels flagged. Like, I'm not trying to go into the new year with a flag on my channel and not be able to do anything. So that's the thing. Like, that's not the way I'm trying to start off the new year, to where I can't even put up videos for like 30, 60, 90 days. So I have no issues with you, Pigeon. None at all. It's just with right now, you made it very hot for yourself by doing certain things that you've done. So you just got to understand that people with channels aren't trying to risk their channels if you get mad. Because I could say something that could set you off. He came at me. He one strike. I don't know what the beef is between y'all. Like, I have no idea who came at who first, who started what. I don't know. If he got you striked, then I would have to talk and see what happened. I have no idea. Like I'm not picking sides. I don't do that. That's between y'all two. Neither one of y'all I'm uncool with because y'all don't like each other. Y'all are both still fine with me. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no, I'm gonna take his side or I'm gonna take his side, and because he doesn't like you, I'm not gonna like you. I'm not that type of person. If you've never done me wrong, I'm not gonna do you wrong. If you've never talked badly about me, I'm not gonna talk badly about you just because you talk about somebody else that I'm cool with. Like, I just don't roll like that.
Shit, I'm the same way. Try to live my life that way. You know what I mean? Just because you got a problem, like two people got issues, like, that's between y'all. Y'all got to work that out. Don't involve me with it. You know what I mean?
He's just a 14-year-old kid. LOL. It's not. You're nasty.
This dude is not. You know, this dude ain't making no sense. I'm reading what he's writing. He's like.
No, I think he's saying that I'm not nasty to him. I think is what he's saying. He say I go
you're nasty.
love.
Like.
Yeah. I think he's saying that I haven't been mean to him. He doesn't think I'm being mean to him. It's just I can't afford the YouTube drama. That's all. He might be a kid. He might be. I don't care if he's a kid or an adult. There's another kid on here, Mighty Max. Like, he's a legit kid. Like, I've seen him, and he's cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to the bar with these people. We just talking boxing. But on that note, I think I'm gonna end it here, end the stream here. AJ, you know, I appreciate you riding it out with me for the whole stream.
Not a problem,
and,
sir.
When you do want to go live, choose to go live, let me know in advance and make sure that I acknowledge so I can be there for your first live.
Okay, that's if I start. I'm still thinking about it, but if I do start a channel, you will be one of the first persons I know. I'll let them know.
Hey, for sure. And it don't even have to be about boxing. Whatever you want it to be about,
yep.
I'm down to jump on. The only thing I don't do on here is politics and like race baiting stuff. Those are the only two things I stay out of. 1,000%.
Agreed.
Because
those are no-nos for me too. So yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Just let me know, and 1,000% I'll support you.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
All right. On that note, we're gonna end the stream here. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me on this New Year's Eve. It's about to be New Year's for me in 13 minutes, so I'm gonna get off, go into the house, and celebrate the new year with some family. Y'all have a good night.
See you next year, man.
Yep.
All right, boy.